So last time you guys got back after your explorative adventure, and you were very tired, so you had a nice long rest.
Great dreams.
Great dreams.
You had some really good dreams.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wynn spent the rest of the next day secretly, in his own time, having a chat with every elf he could find. So he has got some, and took like an hour. An hour. So that's why that happened off screen. An hour. Maybe he'll want to. I like how you only talk to elves and you've never spoken a word about any of this to a half elf.
Yeah,
they're not pure enough.
They're not.
Yeah.
I guess I probably should, because depending on their parents, because that's the most important bit.
Well, Balin in the party is of course a half elf, orc. So maybe you don't have to. It's amused me.
Well,
purity is everything.
Yeah, maybe.
I know it was a bit arbitrary.
I'm not putting you on blast.
Just like in there she is.
Well, half elves dream
Yeah,
when
that's
they sleep.
Yeah, half elves do appear to be basically just humans who live a good long while. In terms, they don't have like the
they don't have the same culture and
exactly.
Abilities.
So I guess we can start with. This is the you finished your meeting where you debriefed and you guys have concluded you're going to go up towards the big hill. Were you planning to go all the way up to the Standing Stone?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. If we can.
If you can.
We'll see. We'll see how. I mean, if there's like a Tarrasque in the way, then I might turn around.
Maybe.
It depends which square you land on. It depends which square you go to.
You're trying to
the Tarrasque is on one of these hexes.
You're not playing Bud right now.
Each one of these squares has a D100 table.
It's a D100
and on one of these squares, a 100 is a Tarrasque.
It's always a 100 for a Tarrasque on every square. Well, there's one square where he definitely is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
100% of the time, this square's Tarrasque. No, 99 Tarrasque, 1 flump.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I mean, as an area that has high elevation and is of geographic interest, I think we would want to go to the top of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is there an Imperial Guard on the map?
Tombstone, when you were going around at night looking for, because you spoke to some of the elves who are nocturnal, you would have noticed that your boy Rob wasn't on guard duty.
Oh.
Because you guys have complained about him so much, so he's been kicked off guarding as the main gate guard, and there is now this human man who is the gate guard.
He looks like a guy I trust.
Is he going to say really generic?
He 100% is going to say really generic things. Whenever you go past, he says greetings. But he seems very attentive.
Well, that's great.
He's standing on top of the watchtower at night, looking.
That is
freak.
Is he human?
He's human, yeah.
So he doesn't have dark vision.
He does not have night vision, no.
But he's just staring off into the void.
That's all good. All around me, up from me.
He has disadvantage, but he's trying a lot harder.
Yes,
that's good.
Are you still doing night watch? Night watch, yes.
I probably would be, but not today.
Yeah, you wouldn't have done one last night, because you guys were so exhausted.
I'll borrow him mine for a day.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'll
need them back tomorrow, but I thought for your first date, maybe it's gonna ease you in.
He looks blankly at you and nods.
A trade.
You think he might be very socially awkward, and maybe that's why he's behaving like this? He just doesn't he's got some set phrases, and as soon as it breaks from that, he's like, "Oh God, what do I say?"
I have no material.
I knew that person in real life.
Where's Johnson?
You would have set phrases,
like
responses to things you would say.
Right, yeah.
But where it's really out of place, I'm like, mate, that wasn't really relevant for what was.
Sometimes, he's awkward. He's got his guard training, and that's all he can say.
Yeah.
Did you reverse pickpocket them onto him, and he immediately equipped them?
Yeah, that would definitely work.
Well, I'll lend those for a day, I guess.
Sure, he would look out, and he seems to be doing a much more sincere job than Rob was. Rob still again works at night, but he's not doing the bulk of the guarding. He's sort of like Odo has him like actually patrolling, so he's not allowed to just sit down and rest, which he seems very annoyed about.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
So he hates us now. He's the antagonist.
He doesn't know that we did it.
He certainly doesn't like some people in the party for what's going on.
Oh.
He's probably figured out who's ratting on more actively than the others.
Oh damn!
Whenever Baden walks by, he has a sneer.
Could have shot him, and he wouldn't have seen it coming.
He could have easily, but
The Hawkeye defense is not a defense.
Yeah. Look, man, there were no bad guys coming, so it would have been fine. If you shot him, then you would have been shooting an innocent man.
Exactly.
True.
Anyway. So
we spend the day basically harassing every elf.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Wynn has harassed a lot of elves.
Dude, I hate him too now.
He's spoken to a lot of elves.
He's got a new title unlocked, Elf Botherer.
I mean, look at my rolls.
Look at the chicken chaser.
Chicken chaser.
Intimidation, huh?
I'm butt face.
Even intimidating.
I honestly can't remember who you're intimidating.
I think it was him or her.
Oh no, it was him. It was Sirius Wilderman. That's right.
I was explaining my dream to him, and Theo wants me to roll intimidation.
Oh
Yeah.
man, so he's
That is a Hideo Kojima name if I ever heard one.
Sirius Wilderman. Yeah, he's because things often have like descriptive names.
oh
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, he's Sirius Wilderman. Anyway, so yeah, basically, if there's anything you guys want to do in town vis-a-vis prepping stuff, now would be a great time. You're going to be going up a hill. I think I've said before, but if you guys basically want any one of a toolkit, that's probably available. If you want like one for everyone, that is when things get more tricky. But for now, that's doable.
So we get one for the party.
One for the party, definitely, and then we can see about maybe acquiring
Okay.
small with a few rolls, for example. And you also would note that the big adamantium chisel that you guys sort of dragged and then left outside because you were tired has been dragged over to the artisan area, and there's a few of the smith-looking fellas are having a good look over on it because they're
Giving us some good
Bringing
eyeballs.
him all the goods.
Cool.
yeah.
That's nice.
Weird question. Where would sugarcane grow?
Where does sugarcane grow? Did you ask?
Where would it grow here if
Let me
it
just-
was such a...
What? Google sugarcane because I don't know anything about sugarcane.
I mean,
Neither
in
do I.
Minecraft, it grows on the beach next to water.
That's what I thought
It does need to be flooded, yeah.
in Minecraft. Yeah.
Doesn't need
I
to
think
be.
it grows in much hotter temperatures.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think it
it
would grow
grows
in a
in-
place where it snows quite so much. It
Well, I'm
definitely-
meant to make alcohol with my.
It grows in India.
bees.
Oh
Bees.
shit! I forgot about the bees. Yeah.
Bees.
The bees subplot.
I love that.
It's the bee plot.
Would you believe that
Speaking
I
of
didn't think
bees,
of that? But yes.
I've obviously heard about the incredible idea to make bees a thing, and there's from your friend Balin. What's his name?
Oh,
Guy.
He's Guy.
Yeah, Guy. All right, I'm gonna reverse engineer my alchemy jug thing, and I'm gonna try to produce some honey. So I wanna check how tasty it's gonna be, and how
Well,
So that's what you were going to say, produce bees.
no,
Liquid
no,
form.
I'm going straight to the source.
Oh well, you make some good honey. It's very very good. But if you were to take it to some of the halflings, they'd be like, it's nice, but it lacks the complexity that you'd get from a natural honey that is that has got the pollen from local flora, essentially.
And does an alchemy jug disappear at the end of the day?
No, it's always there. It just cannot produce more.
Okay.
Let me just see how much of that is in there, because I'm pretty sure I have that.
It's
Yeah.
like a syrup.
Okay,
It's not set honey, yeah.
So I just made. Please tell me it's like a gallon or something. Yeah, it's 1 gallon of honey.
Christ. There's a lot
You've
of honey.
invalidated bees.
That's more honey than like a lot of bees could make in their lifetime.
You've 100% invalidated all bees
So
with a jug.
do you think this is good, Guy Balin? Is that about the amount that you would need?
They would say again, like it's a lot of honey and it's fine, but it's not very interesting honey. Like it's great for calories, great on toast, maybe.
Well, that's great. We'll call it breakfast on breakfast on.
Depends how good it'll be for mead, I guess. That's down to Guy. What do you think?
Well, again, Guy's a discerning customer, and he's kind of curious to see what the local flora's effect on and all the halflings. They're getting into it as soon as you some of them are like, one of them starts taking apart his beehive that he's been like.
Oh no!
So I guess we don't need this anymore.
But guys, we all got matching bee tattoos.
One's got a B, another one's got an E, tied on their stomach.
I just love invalidating other people's plans with my dumbass alchemy joke. I'm taking great pleasure from it.
They'll. Well, the thing is, you can't do that and give everyone mayonnaise. It's got to be, it's one of these things.
No, I know. I'm aware of that.
Yeah. Okay, just for all.
You
can only invalidate one industry every day.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm obviously I'm just trying out. It's all for the inventive spirit,
yeah.
I'm not trying.
Well, yeah, and they would
Maybe
be
just
interested in definitely they will if you want to. Depending on how well the first honey harvest goes, they might be able to supplement it with some of your alchemy honey.
Oh, nice.
And maybe bulk out the crop somewhat and make some more. So that would be very helpful.
You need feed honey as well, so
that's true. And yeah, exactly. So it'll be very handy, but but yeah, it doesn't have any special characteristics beyond being conjured magically, which is pretty good.
Nice. That's
nice.
That's my deed for the day. Everyone gets some honey on their toast.
your bead.
Nice.
Bead.
Do you even measure honey in gallons?
Gallons?
No.
Isn't it by weight?
You could measure it in gallons. Oh, hang on, but yeah, because a gallon of mead is definitely less in volume than a gallon of water, because it's obviously a lot heavier.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, hang on, would it be? No, it wouldn't be. No, a gallon is volume. I don't know, man. It's a lot.
12 pounds of honey in a gallon.
If I have 12 pounds of honey, I'm gonna give some honey to us and like to people that are interested. And most of it is gonna go to the children because they probably love honey.
Well, there's not like all.
How many are there?
There's not, as I said a long while ago. There was not a lot of like young children taken on this voyage because it was dangerous. People with like families of young children weren't
are we just
put it all on the line.
Theo, Fernbrand just wants to be nice. Just keep it as that.
No, that's fine. I'm answering the question.
You give it to halflings you think are kids.
So are we just one generation of people?
No,
And when there's that many, we're just dead. We're just dead after all the people are gone.
There are teens.
Okay.
400 people is a fair few people, but yes, it is true.
Actually,
that
it's a crowd.
In theory, the
400 is not
question
enough.
of generation will come up.
Yeah.
If maybe in like 8 years of playing this campaign, that will matter, but not
I
immediately.
mean, you need 2,000 people to avoid inbreeding.
It will
Well,
probably be.
hunter-gatherer clans are about 100 people big, so, and they do.
It will probably be quite a big event when the first child is born here.
It certainly would be.
And for your information,
Are you saying we need to start planning for a baby shower?
Was there
We
not
do.
a pregnant couple on the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan.
just to remind you, 15 pounds of honey does make 5 gallons of mead.
That's a lot.
Nice.
So every day you can basically prep 5 gallons of mead.
To produce a pound of honey, 2 million flowers must be visited by a colony, which has a max output of about 60 to 100 gallons a year. So that's
Jesus.
that's a lot.
This is why in high magic settings don't make sense, because everyone could just make honey like it's
There'd be surplus always.
Every universe should be Star Trek, post scarcity society.
it's just like you got the honey tap in your house. You just like, great.
Come on, kids, let's all slop around the honey trough.
They're just not out sure.
Oh.
They keep all the honey for themselves.
Burning it for fuel.
Any honey that you would be collected very gladly by people, especially like the halfling, the chefs who are managing the supplies. But yes.
Can we convince someone to become the mellified man?
The mellified man. Well, Tombstone, that is what monks do. That was a monk practice to become a mellified
I'm not
man.
going to do it.
So if you want to become a mellified man and
No.
hide in honey, then it
Please
takes
don't
100
drink
days.
Mellified man.
Anyway.
You said that like there was like a 5e rule set for it. Like, yeah, it takes 100 days.
It does, in real life. Anyway, we're not talking about the Melified Man. It's very interesting, though. Go look it up. It's got a wiki page, and there's a song by Nilsi Segura about it. Okay, so is there any tools or anything like that people want, just so we can cover that stuff?
Do we have thieves' tools?
Masons.
Yeah, thieves' tools.
I have thieves' tools already,
Nice.
and I'm
Okay.
proficient in thieves' tools.
Okay.
I want Mason's tools.
I'm so sorry for this tangent, but I need to post this.
That's fine.
What does this gravity
Man,
mean?
you're falling down this honey hole, man.
What? No, but
Starting
what is gravity?
Final gravity?
What is this gravity statistic?
Wait, what are you
Final
talking about?
gravity.
We're talking about honey.
Where is this?
It's in gluten-free.
Posted in gluten free.
Oh,
What? What?
Is this to do with making mead out of it specifically?
This is mead making, yeah.
I guess it's the density, right?
It must be.
It must be that.
What?
gravity.
Let's
I
move on from
googled
the honey, guys.
gravity, and gravity points is a thing.
Yeah, apparently it is.
It's
Nice.
Anyway, I do hate to drag us away from honey talk.
Same.
This is not honey. Honey Heist is a game, isn't it? That's a
is.
role playing game.
Honey pop.
Anyway,
Saves
I'm
money.
sorry. I tried to break away from honey chat and I couldn't. Right. So in particular, of the people looking at the chisel, there is a half orc guy who you've seen around, who's paying particular attention. Oh, is this guy? Where is he? That's the wrong sense. Here we go.
Have you joined everyone yet?
Not everyone. I haven't drawn a civilian for ages because I've been
where is-
drawing
oh, it's
monsters
here.
and
It's
maps.
Fair enough. He's been drawn for ages.
Yeah, he's one of the first people I drew. But yes, he's paying particular attention to the chisel.
Oh.
And some of them have are trying to measure it and picking up and trying to figure out the weight of it and stuff
It's
like
like
that.
hollow inside, wasn't it? I remember.
It's not completely solid because then it would weigh like a ridiculous. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he seems to be interested in the point of it, especially as well. Which is a very sharp and pointy point.
Yes.
But as far as you can tell, they haven't.
I made the chisel of death, not for evil.
No! But as far as you guys can tell, they haven't really got a forge, a good forge setup. They got got a pile of coal in a hole kind of forge going right now.
I assume Kalidas can sharpen his spear again, so it's not right.
Yeah, he can. The spear can be repaired. That got rusted a bit
Lovely.
for the now. Or even replaced, to be honest. You probably have a couple spare spears back in your ball.
Probably, yeah. I
Good
probably
for
need to
spear
replace the
trunk.
spear, isn't it? Not exactly the most expensive item in the world.
No,
So-
exactly.
You could
One thing
I.
Balin
One
would
thing-
replace his crossbow.
Oh wait, was it destroyed?
No, it just I kept
It sucks.
getting terrible
you,
rolls.
You got 4 fails with it, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Must be some.
You have a good relationship with Odo, so he would let you especially if you're replacing it and not just taking another one. He'd be like, "Oh,
How
that's
does
fine."
How does requisitioning a gun from Odo go?
Well, you also asked him, kind of, haven't you? And he
Yeah.
said, "I think he'd be okay with it in theory, so long as you so long as people know and you make it and you sign something."
Is there an armourer, Stars?
An armorer. Well, there's Barry, who's of course is a weapon expert.
No, the guy in charge of the armory.
I think it's Barry.
Barry, definitely Barry.
Barry Burtonson. He's a weapon expert. He especially weapons that are effective against living things.
That's pretty good.
That's his speciality. But yeah, so if you wanted to requisition, you'd probably have to go. If Ben approaches the storeroom again. Currently, there's only one storeroom for everything, which is obviously not very organized. But you see actually that basically there's one guard there during the day because people are up and about, so it's not.
Sure.
Everyone's just kind of hoping that, man, I really hope none of us are stealing things as well, because that would really
Goblins are
confound
bad
things.
enough already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually something I did want to bring somebody to look at.
Sure.
If we could bring any of the blacksmiths to go look at the hobgoblin prisoner we took.
We also have the gear.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because he's still wearing his armor.
Yeah. And you guys were thinking about making Phil specifically trying to make a remedy for him as well.
Yeah, but if we get somebody to look there, we'd know how kind of advanced they are.
Yeah. That's
because I don't know how good they are at metallurgy. Because if they're very good at metallurgy, then that means that there is steel to find here. Because most people we find are stealing stuff and using like scrap things.
Well, if you the best armorer and the best smith, weaponsmith it's again this guy who is with the chisel is the best bladesmith, weaponsmith, and this guy is known is the best armorsmith, who I think someone has interacted with. As you interacted with him, I believe. In so that so you want them to investigate what he has with him.
Yeah.
Because I think you do have the goblin boss stuff as well, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, Balin had the shield at the very least.
Yeah. Oh, well, they would look at that stuff as well. So, Dimble, the Aegis, who's the gnome, would he would basically, after looking at for a while, he would note that the chainmail that the hobgoblin's wearing is riveted mail, for example, which is a sign of higher quality. It's a more difficult way, but a stronger, better way of making chainmail, and implies a certain degree of like machining, as in like you have to make very small, precise pieces for that to work.
It's industrialized almost.
Yeah, but on close inspection, I'm not going to do his voice because it destroys my throat. It's like this. Hello, I'm a gnome. Is how it's basically it looks like it's been repaired a lot, whereas back in Gavel they would take whenever chainmail would be heavily damaged, they wouldn't destroy it, but they would basically someone would get rid of it, get a new set, and then that would be the other bits would have been recycled. Whereas this has been repaired a lot over time, essentially. Like most of the rings, especially around the joints, the armpit areas, where there's a lot of movement, have seen a lot of wear and tear, but then a lot of evidence where it's been rings have been put back together, essentially.
So there might be a scarcity of this kind of thing.
And well maintained though.
The bladesmith is Zed Lefer, who is a half orc man. Quite young guy, although hard to tell with half orcs because they age a bit quicker, so it's like can be hard to place how old they are, especially for like Bayan, because he is half orc, but he's also half elf. So like, where does he even land? He looking at the weapons, he would sort of think, well, better than you'd expect from goblins. This is at least as good quality-wise as anything that you would find back in Gavel at least for infantry use. He wouldn't be able to tell. Well, I'll make an investigation check for him actually. He can say that it's well made, but beyond that, it could. The thing about weapons like that is it's hard to say if they're very old because it's clearly been maintained. So it's hard to say if it's like been passed down or if it's been made more recently. For example, from the regular goblin gear, that was rusty to hell and had been sharpened enough to be slightly dangerous.
All these items could just be relics.
Possibly. The design's very unfamiliar. It seems to have been made for their hands, for the size and everything. Of course, it's not. It's not like human weaponry that's being used that's been stolen, at least as far as I can tell. And the armor of Dimble would also concur that the armor is like, especially like the helmet for the hobgoblin. Like there's parts for like the very large ears that wouldn't. Like this isn't a helmet that they've just like taken and put on. This has been made for its head specifically.
What do you want me to roll for the antidote, by the way? Herbalism,
oh, sure.
Alchemist stuff.
I guess just your alchemy tools.
All right. Let's see whatever we can find. That was almost 20. That's still pretty good.
Not bad.
So yeah, just trying to find antidotes, probably for hunting as well, so they don't have to worry so much about
So looking through,
stone.
because you were going to think about using some of the stuff from the cockatrice remains.
Yeah,
because they were able to like play with stuff. You find that there's an extra sort of gland in like its throat, neck, like the base of its neck, where it has a secretion that kind of seems to undo to a certain degree the process of the petrification, and you make a salve essentially that can be applied, and it'll take a while. Like it has to be applied all over this dude, and it'll take it after. Like I assume would you apply it, or would you have something that will work? It might take some time, but it will reverse the process. You're pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think I started, and considering that we want to use more of this, I just passed down my findings to the odd few other alchemists that we do have.
Yeah. There's a couple people, and like people write down like basically the recipe, as it were.
Yeah.
Very handy. So the hobgoblin that you guys have basically not prisoner, but you've rescued him, if anything. He's not being kept like in a cage because the Count wanted him to be treated well, because for diplomatic reasons, if anything else.
They haven't killed any of us yet, like there's a Hagrid. So.
Exactly, yeah. So he's being kept in basically like his own kind of not a tent area. He's got a guard like nearby, but not like standing over him with a gun pointed at his head. And after applying the potion, the salve potion thing, you can see that it's beginning to work, but it'll probably take maybe overnight, and even when he's recovered, there might be some internal stuff that has to go on before he's fully recovered.
Right.
So it could be a day or two before he's up and running.
It needs to thaw out.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, but he'll probably be good again when we come back in the evening after the stone stuff, if we assume it takes about that.
You'll definitely know that he might not be like completely fine, but there'll be a result by then.
We'll see. All right, cool.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Has anyone got Ryan? What are you doing in this day of rest? I hope it's flexing at the ocean. Oh, you checked that you checked that you could still breathe underwater, of course.
Yeah. He'd just be getting ready, I guess, for the he'd check all the sort of the citizens are all okay. But,
well, just in general or specifically?
Just in general, just everyone's doing okay. No one's sort of spotted any monsters or anything. He'd be asking around.
Everyone who you interact with is somewhat startled at first that you're talking to them, but they are happy, and they like, thank you, yes, thank you, thanks for everything that we could possibly ask for in considering the circumstances. People are pleased that you guys are back and are doing a good job, and that they haven't been attacked recently, so they feel all right about that.
Well, that is good.
I don't think have I seen the skeleton guy?
Which skeleton guy?
The
you mean the giant thing that Bailey saw, but you guys don't know about? But yes,
someone else saw him, didn't he?
You failed a perception check when you were dying. When you were bleeding out.
Arrived again in Balin's dream.
I'll put it that way.
Speaking of which, Balin does need to hunt down the cleric of Celestian.
Yes, you were going to find this lady. Well, you would find that she is out mostly at night because she's a star priestess. So you'd have to in the night before you guys would depart, you'd find her. But yeah, you could talk to her.
Sure.
And she's when you'd find her at night, she's wearing this black cloak that's from her shoulders right down to the floor that has glowing stars in it. It appears to be actually a magical cloak, which is a pretty big, impressive thing, considering that she seems to have had it since she left Ramstead, where magic was less common.
Your cloak, miss. That's it's magic, isn't it?
It is a holy relic, of course. Yes, back from Ramstead.
Seems everyone's got a little magic item or two these days, or at least the group I'm finding myself with.
Well, this was graced to me by the High Priest of Celestian in Ramstead before I left, because of the importance of my journey.
Of course. I've got a question about the. I mean, we're all having nightmares recently, but
well, of course, yes.
I saw something that I think it was more than a dream, and it's a bit unsettling, really.
Well, she would ask you to tell you the dream, essentially, and I assume you sort of recount.
Yeah,
more or less, unless there's any particular way you want to talk about it. The way.
I mean, as far as Balin's concerned, he thinks he saw like death itself, but the kind of almost like conversational tone of the dream was a bit confusing. But the fact that it was something he saw in the index or in the original sort of battle there,
he saw it outside. Yeah. She to that. Well, Celestian is of course tied to death in a way, in that the stars, and she gestures at the sky, each one of those is a soul waiting to be reborn. So perhaps, because in your dream you were like floating in a black pool with other glowing points like around, she would sort of think that perhaps you dreamt of the river Styx, which is, and then points to the sky again, where souls await their reincarnation.
But what would that make the being, and why is it here potentially?
I'm gonna make a roll for her to see, because she seems quite young for an alpha. So she might not. She's she's some sort of a custodian, perhaps. Or, perhaps you have had a stressful few days. We all have, of course, but I can't say for certain. I must admit.
That's as much as I could hope for, really.
We are all wanderers. It is the fate of elven kind to wander, seeking answers. For that is why, of course, I've sought Celestian. But I'm sorry, I can offer no comfort in this issue. But
hey, hearing me out and potentially verifying the thought that maybe it wasn't just a dream is enough for me.
Because you've been nice to her, she actually said, before you go, could I ask of you a favour?
Of course.
The reason I'm here, the reason on this journey, the day before we departed, I saw a shooting star flying from above Ramstead all the way to the west. That I took that as a sign. A falling star is often the sign of a great great hero soul being reincarnated. I believe that if you find any evidence of someone born within the last month or two, please let me know. I believe their fate may be incredibly important.
In amongst our, well, obviously not amongst the people here, but on this island itself.
That I believe that must be the case.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Most things we've encountered so far have been pretty ancient, but I should stand out then.
Life springs up constantly. That is why the night sky shifts so readily.
But a great hero soul. That's hopefully
very
it's a
rare,
positive
very
thing.
rare indeed. And she seems very excited by the prospect.
How many souls would he give if I was to consume it?
How many souls? Great hero. It's like 10,000, isn't it? 100,000.
Wow.
Nice.
You've got to find it. You've got to catch it before it hits it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna catch a shooting star soul, you got to. That's a high dex check.
Okay.
It lets you get boss weapon.
But yeah, so yeah, that's what you get out of her.
Mhm.
Unless you have any other questions, of course. But
No, not really.
cool. Well, assuming that's most of what you guys were doing your day off, as it were, you guys would go to sleep again. And you do have some pretty horrible dreams, but they're not anywhere near as bad as they were the day before. These are all standard.
I probably would have gone to Nebo to check if I was actually being divinated on.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, you were.
So I was feeling very.
I remember. Pardon me.
Very watch. Sorry, I did.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. So yeah, you were going to hang out with Nebo for the day, and he was going to. He was going to continue translating because Nebo thinks. He's
I probably I'd hang out with him because I spend time, but and help him, I guess, and then if there's any, totally.
In between, when he's waiting for things to when he's waiting for spells to work on this door and writing things down, he does some he cooks up a little powder in on a little iron essentially, and he says and he blows it on your face, and you.
I try to not sneeze. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like and he shifts his glasses up his nose. I think you're alright. I think you're okay. I've got to admit, it's and he grabs a book. Are
they high? What did you call them? Levels or whatever?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's either you're fine,
or I'm very, very not fine.
Yeah, or it's something really beyond my understanding. But the odds are you're fine. Probably, right?
Let's just hope it's just dreams can affect your mind. It's probably nothing.
Yeah. Odds are good. Oh, by the way, I think you guys are going to get more use out of this than I will. And he gives you the giant phrase book that he had to try and translate the thing. To be quite frank, my giant is pretty terrible. And if you're going to be encountering stuff out there, then with a little bit of forethought and a bit of smarts, you might be able to figure something out with this.
Maybe
it has a pronunciation guide. I have no idea how accurate that is. I don't think the guy who wrote this was a giant. It's sort of like a halfling-sized book for one thing. Okay. Seems unlikely, but hey, maybe.
Yeah, it gives us a basing point, I think. So no, thanks, Nebo. We'll thanks a lot, mate.
No problem, Nicholas.
Thanks for trying. I'll probably head back now.
Let's hope.
Yeah, and good luck with this door.
Yeah, I think I'm getting somewhere.
Excellent.
Fingers crossed. That was the only other thing. Yeah, you guys were maybe going to try and find the Goliath to see if they had a better translation of the.
Yeah, we also have the photo of the Goliath thingy, but we'll keep that next time when we're back here.
Of the golem. You can take a photo if you want to do that. Then I'm happy to. I have an answer.
Okay. Was it?
So if you find the manual of stone golems, someone has recreated your photograph of the horrible dragon thing. Yeah. So there's a good drawing of that, so that you don't have to worry about losing that. When you aim it at it's like a camera, basically, isn't it? That you have.
Yeah.
So the image that it produces, you can see the tablet and you can see the diagram, but the words are basically completely out of focus and impossible to read.
I've never seen something like that my entire life. I'm very confused about that. That is. But also, so
it
weird.
Might be the case that when you're trying to read the words, your brain can't. It's hard to tell if it's because the photograph is wrong, as it were, or because what the photograph is of is still messing with your head just by looking at it, not directly at it.
Well, I guess we should just keep it somewhere and put a note on don't read if you don't want to fall unconscious.
Sure, yeah. I guess you guys would keep that somewhere safe, either in the Rotunda governmental thing.
Would have it somewhere, just because that seems high risk kind of stuff.
That's fair. Wait, would you guys talk some Goliaths, I suppose, right? To get that stuff translated.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sure. This would probably you could probably do this as a group because it's related to all of you. So you guys wouldn't be it wouldn't be one of you going to do this on your own. I think that would be weird.
Yeah.
And for the sake of simplicity, let's say that you guys have your rest, and then in the morning, on the way out,
before we head out,
you find these guys because there's two particular Goliaths that people that are around quite a lot and arguing with each other quite a lot, and these are the most obvious. These guys are loud and aren't too busy, so we'll find them. and there's these two clerics who are always having a go at each other. Here they are. I'll make them bigger. Blech. Blech. There we go.
They hate each other.
The guy on the right, actually,
Tell secrets.
Yaz, you would Yaz, you'd recognize the guy on the right because he is Victor, the priest, the high priest of Cord, or rather Cord's master of ceremonies. And every year there is the month of Cord's Proving, which is basically the equivalent of the Olympics. Because Cord is like
Cord is athletics.
Yeah, god of like competition and athletics and stuff like that. So this guy kind of presides over that in an official like there's usually like a tournament and people like have sports.
He's unimpeachable as a referee kind of thing.
Exactly.
He's a priest of Cord, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. This other Goliath seems to be picking a bone with him, and as you guys would approach on your way out, you'd hear the guy on the left shouting something along the lines of, "He was Cord incarnate, not just a hero. What you speak is blasphemy." And Victor would be something like, "Bognor should be respected, and he was a favoured Goliath of Cord, but he was not divine himself." And they are kind of arguing essentially about the nature of some figure and whether or not he is their god or if he's just like cool. More or less.
Oh, this is the Jesus scenario all over again.
More or less. Very annoying. But they both see you guys. Victor nods as Cord smiles on you, champions. Good morning. And then the other guy, you stand on Bognor's mighty shoulders. Good day. Hello.
Vectron.
I was just about to say that.
Too late. So yeah, I guess. What are you doing? Give him the thing, I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose we do give him the thing. Does any of this make any sense to you?
A quick rundown, I suppose, of the circumstances under which it was found.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Sure, yeah. Victor takes it first, and the other guy who introduces... He is Prophet, because their names are based on... They are nickname names, essentially.
Okay.
Prophet.
I'll help too. If you give it to this guy, he's just going to give you something inaccurate. And they read it over, and they looking at the first one, they seem to stop arguing for a little bit as they sort of talk to each other in Giant and like point at this note. And they come to a conclusion for the first bit. Well, the first bit seems to be some sort of a burial prayer, essentially. It reads something along the lines, in common, giants must not forget, survive, and carry us up. That is this smaller segment. This next bit troubles me. And they kind of start arguing in Giant over this next bit, and Prophet grabs it and says, "This second part is a curse. Reading it is dangerous."
Oh.
And he points to the sigil in the middle, like this quite more complicated one. It's like, this is one of the giant magical runes. I'm not familiar with them over much, but for a giant to write a curse, this must have been great indeed. They are not ones for hiding behind, throwing pitiful words at each other. So this must have been written in great rage.
Yeah, I guess giants are quite bad at hiding, because there's not as many things to hide behind.
in common, these words will carry no magic in that. The immortal storm, traitor's bane, White's ruin.
Well, all of that sounds about right for what we found beyond them.
These are... If you see any more runes like this, then be wary. And I'll put the new translation in the description.
I suppose we've got that picture of the creature we saw, because that's been replicated. We'd show that to them just in case it's of any significance beyond.
They wouldn't. They would go, that's a horrible. Do you tell them we found this in a cave nearby?
No.
That looks like a dragon to me. Victor, yes, the greatest of targets for a hero.
Oh, did go there immediately.
Okay.
But yeah, they if you guys are done, they'll get back to arguing with each other about whether or not Bognor Barbarian is god or not.
Yeah. Well, thank them very much, of course.
Oh, and they start arguing again. But when you guys like, Cord's blessings with you, Bognor be with you.
Celestian keep you. I think that's what's said.
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't be angry to hear that. Cord's a very specific god. He doesn't have much to do with. He has much to do with the daily lives of Goliath because they love competition. But for they Ramstead was a pretty, and Gavin General was pretty polytheistic.
It's really hard to be monotheistic in D&D.
I know, right? Yeah.
An entire empire managed it.
Well, yeah, that's why you guys left it. Anyway, you didn't go there.
I left, yeah.
But yeah, okay. So you guys were gonna head out, essentially, on this morning. It's a very cold morning. Obviously, it is winter, but today there's not even a particularly harsh breeze, but it's bitterly cold. It hasn't snowed, but the ground is essentially frozen underneath your feet.
It's best time to go up a mountain.
It's a big hill. It's not mountainous, but yes, it is. Obviously, that is a pleasant thing to be doing. I'm just going to put this music on.
Oh, I hate winter.
The winter. I'm going to clear out a lot of these tokens because these aren't needed now.
The hard earth will be good footing at least.
If it's extra cold, I'll take an extra mentor with me.
Does anyone want the ring of warmth?
That's a good point.
Since I've just kept it on my person, but I'm resistant to the cold.
Oh.
Who's the coldest here? Who thinks they're the coldest? As in, the most unpleasantly cold, and these people.
I'll give it to Bailey.
Ben.
Well, if there's no other takers, I won't say no.
If he gets hit by Kona cold, nothing's going to save him.
Now, Balin, I'm lending this to you.
Sure.
He does look like he's made of some kind of sticks.
I think it makes sense. That means Balin won't have to wear so much clothing, and he can, sneak around better.
The armor stays on while sneaking.
Okay, so I assume you'd have time to attune to. Yeah, it does have it is an attune item.
Sure, that and the. What's the stats for a gun, by the way?
Oh yeah, the gun. I think it was 2d8, but you need to use an action to reload it.
Sure.
And
you
can probably
be proficient in gun use, firearms.
He's a martial class. He's fine.
Oh, okay.
I only get simple weapons.
You not? Oh, then you're gonna stuck with it. Sorry.
But I do get hand crossbow additionally. So it depends
guns is a bit different.
Okay.
I mean, I'd say though that he can probably learn that though over time.
Yeah, he could learn it. But not in a night.
Oh no, but that'll probably be an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
Usually
when we level up and stuff, we have downtime, so that would be a good time for that.
Is it like a sort of pistol, like flintlock pistol, or is it like a more?
There's rifles and there's pistols.
Okay.
Oh, you want a rifle, dude?
Alright. But yeah. So yeah, you would not be. So would you be requisitioning one now? Would you?
I still have it just in case.
Okay, you probably only have actually 10. No, 10 rounds, as it were, musket balls and powder for that.
Sure.
And when requisitioning, Odo says, "Now don't get it wet, otherwise you won't be able to use it for a day." Well, Odo would say in a French accent. Pardon moi. Oh God.
Pardon my English.
Yeah, I won't pretend it's my expertise, Odo, but I think we definitely need a bit more, literal firepower out there.
Aye. Well, good luck. You carry our hopes with you.
I'll do my infusion stuff again for. I don't know whether it's Kalidas or Ryan Shield. It's one of the two.
Whoever's not, maybe Orion didn't.
It's so that both of you have 19. So the balance is
Orion.
well, since we're about to head off, who wants to be the next one this time? And then they shake around an experimental potion.
Oh god, yes.
I would suggest something.
I'm feeling plenty magic at the moment. It's I've got a floaty rock and a weird ring, so.
Oh yeah, you got a rock. Balin, you got to get used to this rock sort of floating around your head.
I've got to roll to see how many feet around my head it
You
orbits.
do, yes. And every now and again, when you look, when you're not paying attention, you almost think that you can you see through it for a second. Like when you're not paying attention, like hang about what? Like you just suddenly realize that you're 3 feet away from your head.
3 foot orbit.
That's bad. That means it's going to be more likely that they'll hit it instead of you.
Khalid has got a lot of new stuff as well. How about you,
Social
Yas?
distancing right there.
I'll take it. It didn't seem to have any adverse effects on Orion.
Yeah, it went down smoothly.
That should be
What did it taste like?
Oh, 2? 2 made you faster, right?
Well, what did it taste like?
What did it taste of? Yeah.
Oh, it's Red Bull. There you go.
What does it taste?
It tastes like piss.
Well, I think that is subjective. I would like to suggest something real quick. I'm sorry, Theo, I would have told you that before, but I just literally remembered. So, whenever someone drinks a thing, I roll my table at d6, right?
Yeah.
So the 2 was already rolled, which was the swiftness. And technically, I could use a spell thingy, like a spell slot, to just make any of those by choice. But I think it would be more fun if those are like unlocked. Like, for example, now I could only...
Oh, if you re-roll a 2, then it'd be different.
For example, like just so we can have different ones.
I'm fine, so we can go through them.
Yeah.
Sam, can you please roll a D1 or D3 to see how many feet away from your head the Iron Stone of Reserve is floating? 2 feet away from your head, there's this little crystal cup that's floating around. It's facing outward from you as well.
I have to resist the urge to swat at it every now and then.
It's like, whenever it comes to vision, like, oh Jesus! It's very odd. It's very.
But you can store a spell in it, right?
It currently has a spell in it.
Oh, I forgot. It already has
until you get rid of that one, you can't put a spell. It's got spirit guardians in that. You did find that out.
Yes. So if you need help, that should be useful.
It's a good spell.
What's the gun range as well? Sorry.
Oh, it's like 500 feet, isn't it? I think
it's a bit less.
Oh, is it the DMG gun?
I don't think it's not exactly.
I think it's longbow.
Okay, longbow. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's longbow.
Yeah.
It's long. It's going to be
longbow's
bigger than
ridiculous.
I'd say even if it's 500 feet, can you look 500 feet if you don't have a little thingy on it?
He's got a telescope.
That's true.
You could,
Longbow's 150 and 600, so...
150.
well, but it's longbow, so there you go.
Let's put it for that at now, because again, like no one's out. These are guns, but they're not good guns. We're talking the kind of guns that you line 500 of them up in a line and shoot a horde of people running at you.
It was
not like sharp shooting.
What was the damage again? It was 2D.
It was 2d8 for the rifle.
2D8. Okay, cool.
Okay. Well,
cool.
I think that's everything then. I've got a coat. I've got from my homestead. I'm sure we have coats.
Yeah, you guys will. Yeah, you guys will be able to travel for the most part. If it like gets to be nighttime, it might become too cold to be out with what you've got. I think Yaz will be okay because he's got a special.
I've got a lovely woolly gambeson.
You got a present. Ultra wool. But
nice.
Yeah, so you'll be all right at night. But everyone else, again, you don't want to be out at night, so that's not the plan.
Well, we'll be here back. It's not. I feel like this time, considering we just have to kind of walk up for the most part, it's not going to be, the mountain, the forest and everything. It's easy to get disorientated, but this is just up there, so that should be.
Yeah, it'll be easy.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, the journey's simple, but I'm worried what awaits us at the end.
It'll be easy.
There's a reason I had to turn back down the forest edge.
I'm sure it's going
And
to
the
be
long
easy.
man.
Speaking of which way do you go? I guess, Balin, you're probably taking the lead as the scout. That is kind of the whole point. It's not the entire point. As you guys leave, you see the Imperial Guard. I mean, Wes Johnson. He's going off duty. Be seeing you.
Shut up.
It's very rude. And he
Is
makes,
there another guy?
he makes a frowny face at you. When you say that.
Is
Can we
there
get
another,
along?
Yeah.
I'll
is
just
there
give
another
him,
guy in a
I'll
full
just
face mask?
I'll just give him a nod.
I give him a nod as well.
Is there another guy in a full face mask who goes, Gwilla Dwen belongs to the elves?
No, I haven't drawn the other guards yet. This is the first of the generic guards. Anyway,
Can we go along the cliff face?
that's up to you guys. Whichever way you want to go.
Well, I checked this route before. I know a route up the riverside. I know a route down the forest edge. Or we cross straight through open ground. It's up to you guys. Going along the forest edge might let us keep another eye on territory, but
I'd kind of like to see out to sea.
it's a quaint view. Riverside's nice.
There's
Watch
also
out
the
for
long
eagles.
man. There's also the long man.
I'll keep an eye out for them.
Exactly.
The drawing
So
that
this is-
Hegwin made.
So this is a cliff face, so you will be able to look down.
I think it would be nice to look down.
That's fine.
I that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Yuki.
And yeah, also if we go up that way, we can check out the falls because of the long man, the thing the sea devil drew.
Yeah, maybe we can see something like that and know what to deal with.
Those falls are pretty treacherous terrain. If you do want to poke around there, we definitely want a climbing kit or something.
That's a good point.
Oh,
You guys can definitely get a hold of a climbing kit at short notice, and maybe with a roll or two, you could get a hold of another one, depending.
yeah, I can ask around. I do plenty of favors for people in this town I fear, so maybe.
So
Might as well requisition it. Might need it nearer the cliff sides anyway.
Yeah. I'll ask first.
okay, so you definitely get one. Could you make a, I guess, persuasion roll for me, please? It's an easy check. It's like a 10. Ooh.
Oh.
Basic, you can get one, and they're like, and we can put you together another one, or we can put another two together, but it's going to take us like an hour to get everything together. So you guys are going to have to leave a bit later. It's probably like 8 in the morning right now because you guys would be setting out early, I assume.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
fine
not
with
necessarily
waiting.
an issue. Sure. The light will be slightly better as well, but
I suppose.
How many hours journey was it out towards the point where I turned back?
how long was it?
Yeah,
Oh, in distance or in time?
in time.
It took you a full day to do the whole thing,
Yeah.
because you were being careful and cautious and moving relatively carefully. It's not super far. It's again like that on the map. It's probably about four-ish miles along the coast up to where you got to.
Sure.
If you were to follow that.
I guess an hour seems fine then.
Sure. Again, you can't go like super fast. There's no roads. It's quite thick, like unkempt ground, as it were.
I know the route a little, so we can move at a slightly better pace, I guess. Won't need to pick through cautiously.
That's good.
We're not going to be moving stealthily either. Stomp.
Stomp. Yeah, I agree. Stomp.
Jump patrol.
Hey, maybe they'll scare off the wildlife.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so yeah, so you get a climber's kit, and then after they've managed to get together the stuff for another 2. So you got 3 climber's kits to your names, which I think means because the climber's kit is like for like sticking yourself to a wall. Essentially, I think is the way it works. You can't fall like a small certain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so better on certain people anyway, as it were. Cool. Okay. So you guys set off along the cliff. Could you guys make some perception checks? And also, I guess some of you are looking out that way, and some of you are probably looking the other way. I'm
Sure, yeah. I'll look out for the thin man, I guess. Like, I'll look at that direction. Then.
Again, if you see it at the bottom of the cliff, it's going to be like a few hundred feet away at the bottom of the cliff. So
do we all roll just perception?
yeah, please, yeah. Perceptions abound. Because again, when you were in the forest, it was kind of difficult to look around, but you're out in the open right now.
Not win.
Look what that guidance did for you. Nothing.
I'm too enamoured by the sea.
Nothing. Okay. So Bane, I guess, is probably looking up ahead, essentially, because
Makes sense.
smart. And Bane, you see in far in the distance. You guys are probably I'll move you guys to sort of where you'd be at this point. Sort of up this far up, as it were. On the edge, you're getting close to the falls, and Balin, you see something that you've been looking for actually. Something you've been waiting to see. You see the silhouette of a large bird off in the distance.
Vengeance is mine. I have you now.
It's way out of range if you're going to start shooting.
Oh
but
no,
you do see
gun.
see it coming this time.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out. That's the wildlife's a bit vicious.
Sure, yeah. Tombstone, which way are you looking? You're looking out.
The cliff face and all that.
Okay.
So down
that way. Okay. So you and I assume Yaz is doing that as well, right? Because you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are keeping a good eye on the cliff down here, essentially. Yaz, you remembering the lights that you saw, and when probably heard about this. The Ryan getting his face slashed up is a bit like okay. And you see that there's quite a shallow stretch of water essentially here. It's kind of like it's probably like wadable for this whole like section along here, essentially of the beach, as it were. Like the shallow goes further out here than in the other part, essentially. You don't. So for example, you would see if there was like a bunch of Sahojin like creeping around down there, because they'd have to be on the surface of the water essentially. But you don't see anything especially exciting at the cliffs here, because you can see up ahead the waterfall is like there, but you're not there yet. How you guys are moving like at a normal pace, I assume, right?
Standard stomping.
Yeah.
You guys aren't sprinting?
No. No, I am not sprinting.
I.e. that Kidwin who like goes ahead their parents and then comes running back again because the parents are too slow.
Nah.
He's just constantly Naruto running everywhere.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
On the wall side.
You guys are
wall running the whole day.
Yeah.
You guys are probably thinking that you're less than just under an hour's walk to the cliffside where the falls are, essentially.
Alright.
After about an hour out of town. More or less. This is a much less scary journey than the forest. Again, you can see kind of out. The grass here is not as long as it was down where you met those where you met the cockatrices. This seems to be evidence, again with you guys, relatively good perception. The ultra sheep have been around here eating the grass quite a lot, as it were. And yes, but it is currently very cold and frozen, and you see no sheep right now. But again, you guys are very loud, so maybe they just clear off before you guys get close. Okay, moving on ahead. I guess you arrive at the falls, and it's incredibly loud. You look out ahead of you, and there's a landscape that is more than a mile long, actually, of pillars of rock, as there's little waterfalls like going between them, and the actual falls themselves extend out towards the river for a couple miles as well. This is it's deafeningly loud as well.
How many decibels is it?
It's very loud. I'm not going to commit to that.
What?
Okay.
It's loud. It's loud enough that it will give you disadvantage on perception checks that involve hearing.
Oh.
How's that sound?
Sounds quite loud.
I'll make another impression.
Wow, this is pretty loud.
It's pretty loud. So yeah.
Yep.
I guess.
What?
That's certainly the first thing I notice about this majestic sight of beauty is the noise.
What do you say?
Because you hear it before you see it.
Yeah.
But when you do arrive, you see, you look out, and there are these pillars of rock, and on top of a lot of the larger pillars, you actually see there's there's evidence of there's shrubbery, and there's little trees perching on some of them as well. The smallest distance between some of them is no more than about 20 feet, but between the larger ones, they're kind of like skyscrapers almost, rising out of a mist of water splashing down from this huge river. I guess you guys are going to make some perception checks to see what you can see more accurately there. Mm-hmm. And also, let me know where you're looking as well, of course. No, you know, I'll tell you depending. I'll give you information. I'm not going to say, oh, you didn't say you looked there. So. Be silly.
Sure. I was.
You get some water in your eyes. Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness me! This is what happened last time Balin was here. He like crit failed to look at the waterfall, and then he got attacked by an eagle. Speaking of which, no. Okay, so Balin, I'll start with you because
I've clocked the eagle this time. I'm aware of where that is. Now I can focus my attention on the waterfall.
That eagle, you've had your eye on the eagle like the whole time. You've been keeping track of it. That ain't the same eagle because it's at least 10 times the size.
Oh.
Oh jeez. I mean, I killed the last one, so I thought it was just.
You killed my son.
It's kind of circling around. Yeah.
I definitely crack out the spyglass.
Yeah, good for you that you got rid of the dead one the dead small eagle that you had. Because yes.
With the spyglass, what can I see it better?
Sure, yeah. So this is definitely a giant eagle. Its head is like, you can tell, especially from the proportions, looking at it, that it's not just a bigger eagle. It's like a different thing, and you see it actually swoop down and land on top of one of the tallest of these pillars of rock, where it looks like there's there's some shrubbery up there, and presumably some sort of nest, as it sort of. You don't see it for a while as it's sitting on there for a good few minutes, and then it takes off again and swoops up to the land beyond here for a little while. Orion's, I guess, looking at the water because that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Looking down again, the amount of like mist that fall is kicking up is enormous, so it's very hard to see anything through it. But you can make out that, like in some of the lower areas along the cliff, there are these caves. Mm-hmm. Some of them have waterfalls of their own coming out of them, much smaller than from the Great River, of course. But there's definitely nooks and crannies in amongst the rock, sort of tucked away. Yeah. And what did you wrote? Nah. So there's definitely evidence of like quite large caves that things could be in. For example, if you were scared of something coming out of the cave down there, for example. The rest of you don't see much because it's so loud. You get really beautiful. You're just sort of staying in, and you're not like you're not looking at it.
Fernbrand, take a picture.
Yeah, you guys all line up.
Sure.
Yeah, let's try not to stay out in the open too long. I think I might have found out something that actually preys on the ultra sheep. Or another reason why those goblins look to the sky.
Who took a selfie with the waterfall.
And in the background is the long man.
Yeah. That wasn't there before.
Actually, Baden, when you're scouting about with your spyglass, you at one point you follow the eagle's vision, and you look out to the west, and you see that around where the forest where you kind of like stopped and ran away, you actually see above the forest there's a kind of pillar of what looks like steam, essentially coming off the forest there.
Huh.
Very white. It's like a cloud coming out of the forest.
Okay.
Of like this area, essentially. Oh, there's like a small hill.
Oh, it was from around that sort of the stone area that I was heading to originally.
Yeah, but you got to. Yeah. No, you said you were going onto this hill. That's what.
Well, that hill, yeah, this whatever this is.
You were going onto this hill, and then you got scared by something behind you. But yeah, this was
whatever this is.
There's a pillar of like steam coming from here, essentially.
Okay.
Okay.
There's activity up ahead. It might be worth our taking a slight detour to check that out. It's on our route.
If you think it's a good idea.
Sure.
Well, it's about the peak of where I reached anyway, so.
Sure.
By the way, I guess in this long walk, are you guys all talking to each other about the weird dreams you've had? I know some of you talk to dreams, but I just want to know are you guys being secretive about them at all? Or are you talking about that, perhaps?
I think
Phelan would share the... Oh, go on.
Oh no, I mean no. Continue. I was just thinking for my character, it's like so specific where it's like, it's just a bad dream. I wouldn't necessarily think bad about it. I'd be weirded out about it.
I'd rather just forget mine.
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. He'd probably be a little bit more shifty than normal in like his demeanor, but like not like super overtly, but definitely glancing around like a little bit more often than normal. But if we just say bad dream.
Well, Fernbrand's just glad they're not in the forest because her bad dream was in the forest, so she's just like, all right, I don't want to see forest today.
No, that's fair.
With the general context of the pre-scape, just sort of share what she said.
If people are bringing up dreams, I'd say that mine was worse than normal. I probably.
Yeah, I said the same.
Cool. That's fine. That's fair enough.
For now.
For now. Got to make them more traumatic, so you actually forced to talk about them. Okay. So you guys, you continue walking on another sort of mile-ish. And here, the water, you pass the waterfalls again. It's incredibly loud for like the whole time that you're walking like past this. You get to a point where it's not really waterfalls, but it's sort of rapid, flowing water down over rocks essentially. And you see actually across the river, there's points where there's Neil, geography. Were they deltas? Delta's the end. Tributaries. Yeah.
Tributaries are little rivers, yeah.
Yeah, tributaries, again, filling in from between rocks. You can see up beyond, across the river, there was the landscape is not so much hilly, but there's just big rocks like spiking out from the ground, and there's these little rivers, little tributaries, swirling, going between them and joining into this river as it goes to the falls, essentially. And there's some woodland across there, but not very much, and it sort of breaks away into just plains, essentially, with these big jagged rocks sticking out. And amongst the rapid area here, there are these little, not so much islands, essentially, but they're these little outcroppings of rock where they're basically at the water level, but they're just sticking up, and there's sort of grass and shrubbery on those rocks sticking out. Some of them are kind of close to the edge, but they're mostly sort of quite small in the middle of the water. And could you guys make some perception checks, please? Lots of those today.
Yes, boss.
Travelling, innit? Whoa!
The longer we stay in the water, the stronger it gets.
Well, and Garrus is too busy.
I'm distracted. I'm too busy looking out for things that I'm not noticing things.
Can't see the wood for the trees.
3.
Yeah, exactly. Too preoccupied.
Well, actually, okay. Balin and Fernbrand, you both hear over again from where you are now. You're not really being too. The sound of the waterfall is like a distant, like white noise at this point. And over it, you hear the sound, Balin, that you are familiar with. You hear the sound of a singing voice, essentially. You can't really make out any words or even a particular tune, but you hear sort of kind of very distantly in the back, like almost in the back of your head. You kind of hear it. Okay.
I immediately stop the group.
Yeah, and Orion, he hears this too, of course, and he stops and looks across over the river, and you see one of the larger of these sort of outcropping islands in the middle of this river. You see that there is, oh my god, you see what looks like a kind of little structure almost. It's kind of like piles of rock, like a large nest almost.
Nest of rocks.
And you see, looking there, you look around, you look in the sky, and you see there are some there's some flying things in the sky, but you know they're not birds because that is not the silhouette of a bird. They're weird. There's some weird flying things that are quite far away. And that's all, again, a crit, but like, that's what it looks like. Exactly.
Okay. Well,
there's about 5 of them.
I stopped the group. Well, we've already been stopped already.
You've already stopped.
But no, I help assuming Balin whips out his spyglass.
Yeah, but I'd start to sort of. So when I was here before, there was this voice. We're getting near the area, and I'm starting to hear it again. It played in the. Wait, sorry, Orion. What are you looking at?
Well, I can see. I point over there. Look, Balin, do you see those?
With the spyglass, what do I see?
You say that as you pull it out. What do I see with this?
Just for posterity, I reach into my backpack and touch my armor, putting it on.
Okay, that's a good thing to do.
Oh, like a Power Ranger.
So you pull out the spyglass and you look out. I'll change the music to something more kind of freaky.
More freaky.
Just something like this. Yeah,
Balin would continue to explain sort of what happened as he's range finding these things and trying to.
So you
focus
pull out your spyglass and you focus it and you see again winged figures, but much larger than a bird. Not as big as the giant eagle that you saw, but they have sort of. Well, I'll show you what they look like. They look freaky as fuck.
This is reason number 3 where the goblins were looking up.
It has a human's face, like it's got the human face, like a child that like doesn't, and his mouth, and they're gripping like bits of driftwood in their kind of freaky feet.
It's like a manticore, but less hideous.
I was
less
hoping
limbs,
we would maybe
no
find...
spiky tail.
I don't know, man.
I
mean, human-faced flying thing.
I was hoping we could maybe find something else to hunt for food, but I don't think people would feel so good about eating something.
I don't know if I want to hunt this.
Is that where the noise is coming?
Take the face off first.
Yeah.
I don't think
take the face.
I don't think we should eat anything with a face.
Yeah, that's my rule as well. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy was quite handsome, I think, in comparison.
Should have taken that guy with us.
Yeah, two limbs, not with the wings, no spiked tail.
Yeah, it's got a little bird tail. It has like flesh-colored bird legs, which is kind of gross.
Does this seem to be where the sound is coming from, or is it?
Yes, it is 100% the direction of the
You
sound.
can see the lip flaps and
And
everything.
you can see them like with their mouths open.
Are they looking at us, or are they looking
Yeah.
Looking at them, describing them to the group, anyone know what these are?
How many are there?
There's 5 of them. I'm just getting them all out.
Okay, that's fine.
Count
They're
5.
not all different. They're not all different sizes. I just thought I'd get 5 of them out for fun. All facing the same way. They do not all have the same hair color.
Okay, that's okay.
If these were the things that were making me run at a pace, I'm glad I turned back. Good.
Oh.
Well, I suggest we pay them no heed and carry on, right?
Now keep an eye on each other. If anyone wants, grab
As
them.
you're looking at them again, they know you're there and they are closing in. They are coming towards you, and as you see that, you hear actually this getting louder, and you're beginning to make out like individual la la di da.
Balin?
We should all back off the cliff, okay?
Yeah. Balin, if you shoot with your gun, maybe it's gonna be so loud that they'll be scared away.
Let's move a couple of 100 feet away from the cliff edge.
Just leave them to their noise.
Yeah.
Well, they're coming for you guys now. essentially.
Yeah, each one seems bigger than the. No, hang on. No, they're coming.
They're getting.
That's why I'm saying if
weapons ready and seriously cover your ears. If anyone runs,
I'll put you
just
guys
mess
on
with
this
you.
map, so you guys will be
You're
at the
gonna fire
very
a warning
bottom
shot.
of this map because you guys are essentially running away. So you guys can be at the bottom and down here, but that's fine. And there's a bit of snow and frost essentially, but and these guys are in the air. They're about 60 feet up and closing in. Essentially.
You said we were beginning to make out sort of words. Is it in any particular language, or
You're not making out words. You're making out syllables are going la di da di da. They are not saying words that you can.
Okay.
Unless la di da di da is a language, which if it is, I'm sorry. I can only probably.
I'm not. Fuck that language.
And I guess
that sounds dumb.
We should do an initiative as they are swooping down, and I'll put on. I haven't got any Fey-esque, as I was called it, battle music, so I guess I'll have to go with
Fey.
I mean, Fey-esque is the name of the thing I put in here.
I see.
musical, not like bom bom bom
Assuming
bom bom
harpies.
bom.
I don't think harpies are.
Bum,
Anyway.
bum, bum.
Yeah.
No, harpies are. Hey, how do you know? Harpies are monstrosities.
As far as we're concerned, they're less ugly manticores.
Again, I quibble with less ugly. But
I mean,
look at that thing. It looks like a Wallace and Gromit. Anyway,
child-faced rather than angry, toothed, whatever.
Wayland, did you
There's someone who
change
wants to
your
fuck
initiative modifier so you have like advantage on it? Because you can do it individually apparently.
oh yeah. You do have advantage of your.
for Naylor.
It's in the cogwheel section somewhere.
There's a. I've seen the global initiative modifier, but not the.
There is one for.
It's an initiative style.
I see it.
Where is it?
Well, you need to press the cogwheel thingy, and then it's in the middle under attribute options.
Ooh, they've rolled
where it
poorly.
says attribute options.
Oh, initiative style. There we go.
Yeah,
They have rolled poorly.
very useful.
The
I was
Iron,
quicker than them. Holy shit!
Iron Stone only gives me proficiency in
Proficiency initiative.
initiative. So
What does it?
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's proficient. Yeah.
Oh.
So you can
I'll just manually. Yes,
no,
it's
it's not advantage. Yeah,
14.
It's just the one from the book, I think.
Oh.
Let me edit that. There you go. 14.
Maybe I edited that myself. I can't remember. Anyway.
So I'm first.
Would you be? Is that with your plus? Plus two?
Yeah, that's with the plus
Okay,
2.
yeah. So Ben, you are first. These things are floating in, not floating in. They're coming in at about 80 feet per turn right now.
Oh shit! That's quick.
Yeah, they've swooped in.
Okay, given we've got a bit of time, I will sling and sort of
Creepy music.
pull the butt of the rifle into my shoulder and hold an action to shoot if they attack or land.
Oh, I see. Not okay. Sure.
Yeah, let's discern what they're doing first.
Sure. If that's you, then Orion, I suppose it is your turn. Quack. Rush.
Sorry, I was muted. Right.
Muted.
No,
Oh, silly.
you're holding.
No secrets
No,
here.
you're holding an action. It's hard to say what. There you go. I will hold an action as well. I'm going to. You see, Orion kneel down and he picks up some of the snow and he starts eating it and starts chewing on it. And I'm
That's
gonna.
not holding an action.
I'm gonna hold the spell right after Balin shoots.
Is it really the time to start doing that?
But he's chewing it like bubblegum.
You can't chew snow like bubblegum. That doesn't work. But fine. Whatever.
I'm crunching it.
Sure.
So it's right in my ear. Oh.
You can eat snow. Anyway, fine. You do that. Also, what's the condition that you have?
Just right after Balin shoots, I will cast the spell.
As he shoots or after he shoots?
After he shoots, like
Okay,
as soon as after he shoots.
Right. Yes.
They're like floating weapons, right?
They have big old branches that they are holding.
Killer
They could
branches.
certainly use them as weapons. Probably not very effectively, but they don't really have hands.
Okay.
But they are wielding driftwood clubs essentially.
I guess I'll hold a jet stream then. I mean, they're obviously coming to attack us, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, I
is
cast
the
it.
hostile
I
intent
cast-
obvious then?
Yeah, I mean they're swooping in at you. I mean, they're not saying, "Here I come, it's time to hit you." But
You never should have come here.
they're either coming to attack you or they're coming to give you an award.
I would aim directly at the one right in the middle.
Okay,
I would swirl my hands and I would try and airstream him.
do it.
17.
I think that probably hits. I just had to reload because my map was being weird. It definitely hits, in fact.
Burst of air, lashes out, hits him, 7 damage, and he gets pushed back 10 feet.
So cool, in the air, and it's the middle one, right?
Yeah.
Cool. They are pushed back 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
A gust of air slashed across. You see a couple of feathers and strands of hair from its head flying off. and it you hear for a second that, but then the melody of the others is continuing on for now. Okay. And Keldus, it is your turn.
How big is this cliff face that we're on? Like, how big is the drop?
Well, the drop, this is the river now, so this is actually kind of close to, it's more or less flat along here.
Okay.
The river is going quite quickly, though, so if you were to fall in it, you would be, you'd suddenly be rushed along a little bit, but,
Okay. That's fine. I am going to prepare a spell.
Oh yeah?
And I would like to do it. Well, can I do it as they're mid-movement? Is that allowed?
When they're in, you can say when they're in range.
Okay.
Like you cast it when they are in range.
I forgot I had 150-foot range, so it'll probably be the closest one that moves within like 60.
That works. I'll cast it when they're in range, basically.
Sure. Okay. Right, Miss Fernbrand, this one?
Fernbrand's gonna take out a cylinder-shaped object quickly, put a thumb on your end, and then, bonk! It's gonna try to aim at the one right in the middle.
As in the one
that's got airstreamed, but doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, yes, it doesn't. You don't hit. It's quite at this range. It's pretty hard to hit. And
okay, Kalidas, you see the firebolt shooting just past your head.
Yeah.
I try not to make it too obvious that I'm ducking.
He's just scratching the back of it. Win.
Sorry.
Yeah, win.
Gives a low grumble.
How do I? Okay, let's move it. I guess I should probably stay with the buds, but I kind of want to go up.
Go up, man. Go nuts.
Fly up.
Go for it.
Go up.
Then I'll move up.
HP.
I'm gonna ready an action to. Do I either attack them or try and grapple one? So I kind of want to grapple one.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I'll grapple one.
You're gonna ready an action to grapple one if they come with.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Right. When as you approach closer, you hear the song, the siren song of the freaky harpy thing, much clearer, and it is their turn. The one in the middle that has been thingamabobbed is going to use its luring song on Win. Where? That's a lot of text. Essentially, I know, right? But I think you are, as an elf, can you...
I'm immune to being charmed.
You're immune to being
charmed.
charmed.
You're immune, and then half-elves get advantage.
Yeah, cool.
I'm immune!
So you hear a song and it goes... And you're like, for a minute, it's like... Huh? What are you trying to achieve here?
Right. Especially since it took its turn to do that.
Well, that's its action.
Oh, it's its action.
It moves. It flies, but it is about 40 feet above you right now.
Sure.
This one would move probably like to here, and the other ones.
Oh no, it isn't.
Like,
it's not immunity. It is advantage.
Okay, well make the whiz save then, please.
Shall make it.
Yeah, you're immune to ghoul
sleep.
Poison. Okay, so you do pass, yeah, and you're immune to sleep.
And magic can't put you to sleep.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So these other ones move up. So I guess So make you do the things that you guys are going to do.
Sure. So other people, are we have to? Can we coordinate which ones are doing stuff too?
Whichever one moved closest first. So I think it was
the one on the right then.
Yeah. Sure.
So that's what.
Make your attack, I suppose. That hits. Weirdly enough.
Ooh, that's a
Oh, my ears!
You do hit very loud. For a second, it drowns out completely the sound of. And you see it as a cloud of feathers explodes out of the one on the right. But they're pretty big, and it's a small bullet, so it's definitely hurt it pretty good. But it is not downed it.
I'm gonna look at this one. And then gonna hold up my spear, point it at it, and I'm going to command it to kneel in Draconic.
To kneel? Okay. Okay.
So it
What do you want me to do to it?
I'm just reading the spell. It's a long spell.
Approach, drop, flee, grovel.
So
Doesn't
deal
understand
with-
your language.
I guess grovel was what I meant actually. Sorry,
Sure, yeah.
I apologize.
And it's a what save is it?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Thank you. And what? Okay, cool. What is your thing?
Not particularly high because I'm bad at passes.
Unfortunately, it passes. But you do, as you come on its Neil, the one that you're looking at does cock its head for a second and look at you. So you think it does actually fulfill the category that it understands your language.
Mm-hmm.
For example. Is there any other prepared actions?
Yeah. I see Ryan's going to... he's done chewing on the snow, and he's going to puff his chest up as he sort of inhales through his nose. He's going to breathe a fog cloud on us.
Great stuff. Let me just get the fog cloud I drew weeks and weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
How big is fog cloud?
It's 20-foot radius.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, radius. Isn't that
Massive.
as in like that?
It's huge.
Yeah.
I can't see.
You guys are fog cloud.
Heavily obscured.
Cannot see now, but you can hear as Oh god, is there a way to make this transparent? No.
Just set it behind.
It's a point within range. Do you do it over us, or is it literally?
You see
You can do it up to 120 foot away.
So like the top of it is at the end of me and Clayus and Dundee, as in
like that.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Sure. Cool. Okay. But yeah, you can still hit, and the other 4 harpies are going to do their luring song too. One on to Enceladus.
It does say every humanoid within 400.
Oh yeah, it's true. So, yeah, I guess everyone make.
Wow.
Sorry. It's weird because it's every. Okay, so yeah, so you all hear it, you all make your action, and then the other probably double move actually because they can. So yeah, everyone make a whiz save, but you were the one who was the furthest up there. God,
That's fair.
Oh, okay.
Even with that advantage.
And I'd heard it before.
Pass and una mas. Okay, so everyone who failed, which is Balin and Yaz, you guys
Jesus Christ, yes.
I think you are going to move towards them. Is basically the reason, isn't it? It's on your turn, I assume.
Just start walking forward. Remember, guys, if you hear a song and people start moving.
Yeah. Yeah, so on your turns, you will have to walk towards them. Can you still take actions?
No.
You're incapacitated.
You're incapacitated, that's right. Okay, cool. But it has to use it here. Okay, so they will... the harpies that didn't use the actual action to sing are double move, but they're very high up right now. Not out of range of like your ranged attacks, but they are out of range of melee for sure.
I suppose
that is
technically that would have preceded our held actions, but...
yeah, I don't mind. That's fine. Balin, please move towards this one.
To your death.
Please just walk towards it.
Yeah.
I assume you don't double move because you're incapacitated as well.
Yeah.
No, because that's an action.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool, okay.
And it does stop before damaging terrain, so you won't walk into the river. Yeah.
Well, does the river damage? But yes, I will let you make.
Creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Okay, yeah. So make the save again, please. With advantage, of course, as you are half and half. You pass. You find you remember for a minute you were like, oh, I'm in a fog cloud, and then and you're standing right up near the edge of this river, and looking up at these harpies circling around now.
Cover your ears, don't listen. Keep each other close.
Okay, Ryan, you passed your save, didn't you? You did. You are obscured. But you did see Balin just walk out of it.
Yeah. Ben, what are you doing?
We're meant to be like trance as he's lured towards you.
I'm gonna put my head out just to see what's going on.
It's a fog cloud of like it's like a cartoon fight.
I can't do anything to knock someone out of it, can I?
I don't think so. Unless they take damage. Do they repeat it when they take damage?
Whenever it takes damage, I'm not going to damage someone.
Yeah, it's early in the day for that.
I will.
Whenever it takes damage from a source other than the harpy, it can repeat the saving.
Yeah. So you could damage them a bit. You could punch a guy.
Let's show you. Who else is charmed?
It is.
Get a hold of yourself.
Yeah, look. It is. Oh god, I went too high.
I'm charmed.
Yeah, Zenkalis, it was Yaz. Those two. Those two are still charmed.
Okay. Well.
You've always wanted to punch Uncle Leaders.
You stab him in the throat.
I'm gonna punch whoever walks out of this.
Okay, sure.
Fog cloud.
Sure. That's
I have
fine.
19 AC.
You got 19 AC,
Yeah.
but you are incapacitated, so I assume it would be. Is that what it is? Incapacitated? Does that make sense?
I guess that's advantage, yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Or was it an automatic crit?
It's not.
I don't remember all these different things that mean very similar things in actual language.
Make a
So
rule.
what are you asking?
Yeah, I'm trying incapacitated. I'm trying to figure out if that's advantage. I think it is.
Nothing.
Is it nothing?
No, it's not. It's the weakest version.
It's not anything.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, they just can't. Well, they can't take actions, actually. But yeah.
Or reactions, that's it.
Yeah, I'll just hold a fist.
Sure. Okay, but you do have proficiency with your punches.
Yeah,
as we have learned.
I do like the little pictures it gives to show you what each thing is.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. That's your turn. Yaz, you stride forth. Orion, you punch.
Yeah. Oh no, come in.
Oh no! You swing high.
I thought it was a Cletus.
I don't think I move into range because I only move 20 feet.
Oh god.
I'm saving you. Okay. Cool.
Then I repeat the save rate.
Yes, you can. Yes. Yeah. You step out of the cloud and like. For a minute,
I don't think I even leave the cloud.
Oh yeah, you're like on the edge. You can like poke your head up and be like, huh? But yeah, the music, you can still hear it, but it no longer. Now that you're listening to it more carefully, like that sounds awful. It's cacophonous, is what it is. It is not nice. Okay, so you've passed, and once you've passed, you can't like. I think you can't fail it again for 24 hours. Yeah, that's right. Cool.
Yeah.
So, Enceladus, this is your turn. You're the remainder of the.
I guess I walk
The
past
charm.
Orion.
Yeah, directly
Yeah,
towards the middle one. As
You
far
gotta
as
punch him.
Well, he's,
Well, I've used my
uses
punch.
reaction.
No, but he couldn't hit me.
That's not how it works. I wish it were.
No, but he didn't. He couldn't physically try and hit me.
He's in your range.
No, he's not.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't actually see him. Because he didn't leave the fog cloud.
Now, Tombstone
I guess
will get very
I could
angry
feel
at
the
me
punch
because
anyway.
I'll stealth if I say
Sure.
this.
Pardon?
Because, but no, that's no fair enough. I'll
Well,
allow
if
that.
he's 10 feet away, why would he be able to?
No, because he's in. No, as in. Don't worry. Because he's in range where he is obscured, but he didn't make a stealth. But anyway.
No,
I mean, I could.
No, I don't disagree. Well, I'll let you hit Encolas because if you weren't able to make that first attack technically because you couldn't see him, then I'm fine with that.
You could do it. You're not making an opportunity attack.
Anyway, do your punch on Enceladus. He's got a higher AC though.
Yeah,
Doesn't it?
yeah.
So I'll
Okay.
go there. That's my full movement, so
There's your full movement. But you can make your save again.
I will make a save again.
Wisdom.
No.
No. Mr. Fernbrand, everyone's walked out of this fog cloud. They're not alone anymore.
Yeah, well, I can't really shoot anything if I don't see.
Yeah, but you can move out of it and move back in.
I mean, can you tell everyone's left the fog cloud?
Well, you can hear people walking.
I think I
Yeah.
can at least hear people walking. Alright, let me see.
Yeah, it's just portable cover, I think.
Cover does work on melee. Isn't that exciting? I found that out by looking it up.
Every day.
Are you some kind of fucking nerd?
So I think I poke my I think I put my head out
Sure, yeah.
and I'd see that people are wandering forward. I don't think I would necessarily get that people are being charmed into the thing.
Well, and Killers is sort of like walking, like dragging his spear, like, and like his head's like rolling back.
I had mentioned the weird song before.
What's with this guy? Orion? Wes?
No one listens to Bane. Bane's too straightforward. No one cares what he says. Everybody's talking about like made up stuff about Skellington.
Like a giant.
MacLeod seems to have been enamoured by these creatures' absolute beauty.
Oh dear.
They're pretty hot.
I went 10 feet, so I'd go the rest of 20 feet to Kalidas. Let me see. Return if a creature says successful. I'm sorry, it's like so much text.
Sorry.
I can't just get them out of the befuddle. I can't just whack their head and be like, yo, stop that.
Yeah, if you could deal damage to them, then they will no longer be. Yeah, but you have to hit them to do that.
Oh, I have to
1
hit 'em.
HP unarmed strike.
It's on damage. Or can you use an action to do it? Is that a thing?
It doesn't say that.
I know
it
that
doesn't
sometimes
say
is,
that.
but if it
I find
doesn't
it
say
weird. I
then-
can't just shake a guy.
Yeah, a lot of them, the sleep ones, you just shake them.
Yeah, but
But this one's much stronger.
But they're not like they are moving because he's walking away
Mm.
from you. So it makes a little more sense than with sleep where they are like standing still.
I suppose sleep is like a natural state that's
Yeah.
magically induced, whereas this is
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, you're being charmed as opposed to asleep.
Okay. Well, it
So
doesn't
not
seem to be concentration or anything, right? Like if they hit, they'll probably keep singing still, right?
Well, if they get attacked by God, I have to keep reading this so long. I think if they get hit by the harpy, then that's it ends the charm, I believe.
And the harpy has to keep singing.
The harpy who is singing and using the ability has to use a action to keep doing it. But they can still use their action.
Oh,
It's the one in the back singing.
don't want to back sing. All right, I'll
They're all sort of harmonizing, but that's the one
Yeah.
that's leading.
I'll shoot him.
Cool.
Point.
That has also taken the most damage.
Wow.
Nah. Oh.
Again.
I think you look at it, you
It's the
realise
second
from
time.
shots you've been holding it up down.
Can I use my bonus to interact with an object? And by interact with an object, I mean hold onto Enkerleadus' armor.
No, because that's a grab. that's an absurd thing to say. Oh, can I stroll and hit a
Alright.
guy's heart, not his body? Anyway, don't worry. Yes, nice try. Win, it's your turn. You are not charmed. You're spinning around. You've been joined. Your fellows have come up with you.
Nice. Well, I guess I'll throw a dart.
Dort.
What?
What kind?
Dot.
The manticore
Dot.
one or just the regular one?
I don't know.
The middle one, or
Has anyone of them been hit yet?
yeah, the middle one's been hit the most.
Then
Can you
No,
hit the middle one?
it's too
You're
far
out of
away.
range on it,
Oh,
yeah.
is it?
how far up are they as well?
They're like 40 feet up.
Well, then, it's disadvantage. It doesn't matter. It still hits.
Yeah, you rolled two. You rolled two
19s.
19s. So which one are you hitting, sir?
I think. Would that be in range?
What's the
There's
max
four-
range?
Would that be like 70 feet in the air then? If that's how that works.
No, it's the longest distance. So
It's
it'd be
the longest
40 feet up.
distance. There's no
But yeah, so
diagonal on D&D is 5 feet.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Oh,
You can
okay.
do that. So you do 8 damage on you chuck a dart. It's a long shot. It's the best shot anyone's ever seen with a dart. Right into one of its eyes.
That's a max.
Cool.
That's it.
No movement on him?
Hmm?
No movement? Just staying where you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Uki! As it becomes the harpy's turn, you guys... The one in the middle it uses its bonus action to keep singing. I'll make sure I say that now. These ones are going to swoop down in a pincer movement. They actually have to use their full movement to get down. so they're not going to be able to get away in the same turn, which is sad for them. Starting from the bottom left, this one's going to attack Miss Fernbrand.
No.
It swings down first with its club, essentially. It tries to get you in the head with its piece of driftwood it's got.
Okay.
18, I think that gets you, I assume, yeah?
Yeah, that decks me over the head.
Unfortunately, Incredus would be able to help you, but he's incapacitated, which is very... 3 bludgeoning, and as it clubs you, it lets go for the club for a second, claws out at you as well. They have multi-attack and it claws you as well. 11? That does not hit you, right?
That does not
Cool.
hit me, unfortunately.
Okay.
Hello.
Sam. You're gonna get harpied. You're gonna get.
You get harpied.
You're gonna get harpied.
No.
So I need to. It's because it's not got any like space bars in this ability. I'm just trying to see if you become uncharmed if you get hit by it, but I don't think you do.
You get to repeat the save.
That's right. Yeah.
If you get hit by the actual harpy who did it, then you also get to repeat the save as well.
Okay, sure. Okay, so this one is going to try and club and kill. Dinks off his armor, and it tries to claw at you. Ooh, they're not doing too good at those on Enkeldus. When this one's going to attack you with its club, swing down, trying to get you with that 16. I assume not, right? What's your AC?
17.
Ah, well, it claws as well. And the last one onto Ben, you're going to get clubbed. 11? I assume no. You'd have to be. That's, I don't think you're more than one and a claw. No. Okay, so that's all good. This one is actually. Oh no, it's in range. Okay, so this one's as well actually going to swoop down the one that's singing, use its attacks on Enkeldus as well. A club and a claw.
That hits.
Oh no! And you get to repeat your save.
Mm-hmm.
But you do also take 7 bludgeoning. 19, you save! You walk to this edge, you're like, and then you got a face full of log, and some claws come out at you as well. And they miss, so you could use your reaction, because it missed, to use your thing, your shield thing. Because it works when they miss on you. You can block with it, that's the way it goes.
Is there not a resource tied to that? I can just do it, can't I?
It's a reaction, just a reaction, yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes sense, because that's the last.
Yeah, cool. So you get a face full of log, but it's so quick and so instinctual. As the claw comes at you, up with your shield.
Bring the shield back up and bonk him.
The golden boss intercepts the thing, and then ding, a bell rings out, and a shockwave hits it, and some of its feathers are knocked loose, and it sort of reels back a bit.
Excellent.
Okay,
back in the fight. I'm here.
Yeah.
Witness me.
Witness me. Then you're being mobbed. A little bit. Well, there's a harpy trying to hit you with the stick, and you're fine so far.
That is less than ideal.
He's going to break his glass bones.
I will disengage as a bonus action with cutting action.
Out in your marriage. Lol. Get it? Anyway, this one on the right has been hit as well. I can't remember what hit it, but something hit it.
So I'll just move back into the pack. I will let the flintlock rifle fall loose in its sling, pick up my crossbow, and take another shot at that one.
Sure. Fingers crossed.
And
unfortunately, as you fire, it just manages to swish to the side and dodge it. It's very, very close. They move kind of clumsily in the air, almost as if they're not really meant to exist. But it just manages to dodge that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Wait for a second.
Is that you? That's all you?
Yeah, that's me. Yep.
Cool. Orion.
I'm just reloading the page.
Oh my. Roll 20 needs to be reloaded again. Ugh. Hello, Dr. Freeman.
There we go.
No, he said that.
Yeah. Move to here, so I can flank.
Foink.
And I will stab him. Stab this creature.
Stab him, if you want. If you think you can. You can't flank because Miss Fernbrand doesn't have...
Oh,
I don't have what?
You don't have martial weapon proficiency.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You are not a martial character.
Oh,
Otherwise, it'd be so easy for you because you've got 6 people.
That's fine. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
We need to
I will.
Get him.
It's still good. You can hit it, probably. It has very low AC.
I mean, I will hit him.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, I mean, you hit it. You did it.
Good job.
You do hit the thing. Pretty well hit. This one hasn't been hit yet though. Until now, this is the first hit on it.
Mm-hmm.
I shall say. And I need to keep restarting because I have to keep reloading my thing. Sorry. It's a good stab, but it's got quite a lot of hair/feathers. Kind of hard to tell what is making up its down. I'm gonna call it. So you try and is fine purchase, but you're not sure how tough it is. It's kind of hard to tell. Anyway, is that your?
That's my turn, yeah.
Uki. Yes.
Right. Yaz is gonna step out the fog.
He steps bravely, chest first, out of the fog.
I'm then going to look at Win. I'm gonna close my eyes and I think to myself, I have no idea why I think I can do this. And I snap my fingers and wind circles Win and I cast Enlarge on him.
Oh.
Oh no!
I assume you're willing.
Yeah, of course.
just assume.
So it's like a powering transformation.
Oh god!
I didn't know his muscles could get even bigger.
Win steps on the ground to do a little spin, and as he throws, the ground smushes beneath his feet as he spins.
Mega Win.
He's huge, pushing this one slightly back.
You said you wanted to grapple one of them.
I did. Can I grapple 2 now? Can I just
Oh,
grab?
just bounce, just bash them together.
They are meat. If they were small, then maybe, but they are meat.
You have an advantage
King
now
Kong.
on strength.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And a d4 extra damage on any attacks.
Wind's gonna go rampage the settlement.
Rampaging Bryn.
Excellent.
And I open my eyes and I can't believe it worked.
I looked aside and go like, what?
I think we didn't notice the wind kind of feeling, so we all just kind of looked to Yaz, who has his hand stretched out.
Yeah, I've got one hand
suddenly
stretched
have
out, one
cover.
by my head. And then I just look at my hands and I snap my fingers again questioningly.
Yeah.
What?
Nice.
Nice. Awesome.
That's a new trick.
I don't even know if it was me.
Yeah, is anyone going to check with Win if that's normal? Yeah, I just do this sometimes.
It has been lifting.
I've been getting huge my whole life.
The legendary.
It's just the natural progression,
The
right?
natural progression. He's just going to up size category and then end up being a titan.
Yeah.
He started off as a tiny creature.
How do you think Empyreans are born? Right. Okay. So you happy with that? Any more?
Nah.
Okay. Cool. Inkel, it is your turn. You're ready. You're willing. There's harpies to the left. You harpies to the right. And
Stuck in the middle with Win.
Stuck in the middle with Win and some other people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna try and bonk the one in front of me for now.
That's fine.
Give him a bonk.
No, I give you permission.
I miss.
No, you don't.
Oh, sick! That's
They got dog AC. It's terrible. It's
average
11.
damage.
Now that you have hit, yeah. This one has been hit a few times as well. This is the one that was doing the singing. They've all the singing has kind of died down as they've realised that that you guys are sort of
over it
now. You guys are over it, but they're still sort of going screeching, which is right now, for example. And this one is definitely bloody, a little beyond bloodied. It's looking low. It's
looking worse for wear. Yeah.
It's kind of landed on the ground. It's breathing heavily for a second. And it's probably going to try and take off potentially.
Okay. I can't do anything else. That's my turn.
Okay, cool. Miss Fernbrand, it's your turn.
Which one of those was taken off again?
Well, currently they're all at ground level. This one is like on the ground because it is injured and is like resting for a second. This one is the most injured. The one on the far right is quite hurt. The one on the bottom left has been hurt a bit, and 2 of them are unhurt currently.
Right. I'm just thinking whether I should just take a potential hit, because if I use Firebolt, it's going to be a disadvantage.
Sure, yeah.
So,
Win is providing half cover for these ones. That is actually a true thing from you, right? Because he is so big.
That's fair. I'll take Marts. I'll move here.
Okay, one of them's gonna try and hit you with its, probably with its claws, because its club is more of a momentum thing.
Right.
Okay, 6, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I'm gonna shoot the one that's already weak and pathetic.
You do a combat roll backwards, Dark Souls.
I'll shoot between Kikalides' legs. So.
Sure. Oh, for this one in front. Okay, sure, that's fine. Yeah.
Let's hope I'm not gonna do a 3rd crit fail in a row.
Third crit fail, get him out of the way.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go, that does it, yeah. You're fine.
Alright, you see from between your legs, Achilles, a firewall shoots.
Oh, I mean,
7 points of fire damage.
Nice. You definitely hit it square in the I'm gonna say chest. I think birds have chests.
Whatever these things do have chests.
And I guess harpies do too.
Yeah.
Because it's on fire now, but it's not dead, but it is looking. It's screeching quite horrifically. For an hour. That's a ref. You happy with your movement? Anything else?
I'm fine with this position right now, yeah. I'm fine with that.
Okay, win! You're ultra win today. I mean, I guess you're like super win every day, so I guess you're like mega ultra win today.
Yeah.
Deluxe win.
Mega over super muck deluxe.
Yeah.
So with like non-lethal, do you have any differences with non-lethal?
See, I've been thinking about this, but I hadn't committed to an answer yet because I come up. But now I have to commit. I like the idea of non-lethal being harder, so I'm gonna say if you're attacking non-lethally, it does half damage to what you roll.
Okay, well I won't do that then.
That seems fair.
I mean, they've been trying to get us over a cliff, so I think that's all fair game.
These things are pretty horrific. So who you
Take
going
it back to Never to dissect.
If I hit any of the ones that are in range of me?
You can hit any of those, yeah.
Oh, sorry, are any of them damaged?
The ones on the right and the left are both damaged. The one on the left is nearly dead.
Oh, then I will non-lethal him then, I suppose.
Okay. Sure.
I guess I'll miss.
Yeah,
and then,
plus your no. Oh yeah, that is a miss. 8, not quite.
Then
You're too big. You punch down and like, oh, that's too far away.
and the D4. The 6 to 3.
So you're still getting used to all this new power.
It's very close. You kind of like bonk it, like knock it, and it for a second like I think I did it, but then it's not quite.
It's still twitches.
It kind of like tries to get back on its feet for just after that, but it's incredibly low.
Yeah. That's it.
You done? Okay. It's their turn. Okay. Now there's this big super win. I'm gonna roll a general thing to see if
they're all gonna take win now.
They are because they've decided. Hey, this is.
Win. Time
if
to
we
dodge.
work together, we can all get this done.
I always love Win's animation when he's in a peril of being hit by lots of things.
That's when it works best. So the one that's on the gun that you just punched is going to try and sort of like claw at you. It gets in the air for a second, good enough to swing its club around to try and club your feet, and that does not hit you. And it's trying to try and claw at you as well. No, wow, that one is suitably feeble right now. The one on the top is going to swing around, try and club you in the head. 16, no, not quite. Oof. Does he know? Oh my god, he's unreal. And then the one on the right is going to try and club and claw you too. 9.
Nice try.
I-
17 hits.
I block it. I block it with my shield.
Oh, well, how do you have to be up next to the thing or just next to the guy?
Just next to the guy.
Oh my god. Okay.
But let me
well,
double check that.
Yeah,
I'll say that's
range
true.
attacks with it. Yeah.
Because you intersect the shield between.
Well, it'd be good if I wrote it down properly, didn't it? If a creature you can see fights a target other than you that is in 5 feet of you, you can use reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
Fair enough. Okay.
I don't know how that mechanically works.
You see over.
I Captain America my shield and throw it in an round.
I mean, as I've already said that I'm happy for you and Orion to do Bahubali, like throwing weapons to each other stuff. So if you want to have like that,
yeah, I mean, we should definitely be doing more of that.
And I have also said in the previous campaign in this setting that the Dragonborn adventure guys in that were like Bahubali.
Oh, okay, yeah,
they were that to a certain extent.
If you need me to be more, Bahubali, I can do that.
As Bahubali's, but maybe it'll make more sense as you guys level up.
Yeah,
this is a good start.
This is a good start in the Bahubali train.
Throw the shield around, and the harp swings down and claws it, and it knocks the shield back into your hand.
Sure.
Cool move there.
Oh my god, it's this movie.
Yeah.
So good. Everyone, if this has been uploaded and people are watching it, stop watching this. Go watch the 6-hour epic that is Bahubali 1 and 2, in whichever language you want, and
worth your time,
and then come back.
Anyway.
And maybe watch it in each language. Anyhow, the one that's next to Orion is going to hit him. Meanwhile, it's going to claw you.
No, it's not.
17? No, it's not.
No.
It's going to club you. 5.
No.
Man, I've rolled some real numbers today.
Some clunkers.
Some absolute numbers. This one is going to try and get and kill us at the back.
That's not number Wang.
That is not number Wang. That is 100% true. 22's number Wang.
Yeah, well, I'm busy I've been betrayed, like, when he gets stabbed in the back. So I'm throwing my shield on in my most vulnerable moment.
4 massive blood. 11. It just sort of grabs at your chainmail a bit. And you get donked on the head, it's like, ow. And then it fails spectacularly.
It smacks its wood right between my horns. Bad time.
Nasty stuff. Right, Orion. You just saw your chum do a cool thing, so you gotta
step it up.
It's your turn to do a cool thing.
Oh, my cool things use resources though.
Well, we can have a short rest. I think after this probably.
Well, you could come down here and get advantage because, for example, that's now.
Yeah.
That would count. Oh, you would break.
But you would get take opportunity. But you have a 19.
He's not
these guys. I rolled like.
These guys aren't going to hit me.
Oh no, 18. No, that's fine, right?
18 doesn't hit me, so.
Yeah, it doesn't hit you, so you're fine.
Yeah,
You block it.
But, I will finish this off.
I need to make a party sheet.
Oh no!
Oh.
What a lame.
I'm so sorry, Rush.
That's it for me.
I only want the level 3 fighter. The saddest
You
part
can
of
use
the fight
extra
is
surge,
like...
dude. He's extra surge. Fucking pound him.
Are you guys gonna take an hour?
No, I won't actually. Yeah.
So you don't want to take a short rest after this? Okay.
Well, that's currently only one person's been
time. We got time to get.
It's true.
I mean, you guys can do what you want.
That many resources.
Bail in. It's your turn.
Man,
You
we
are
slow in
uncontested.
killing these things, though. I feel like.
Well, they got some health.
They're punching bags, aren't
We
they?
should be back into the fog cloud.
I will.
I used that.
Are you allowing the class feature variants? Ergo, can I aim as a bonus action? As a cutting
that's
action?
fine. I'm happy for that.
Okay, so I will use my my bonus action.
Is that meant to be something that you have instead of, or as well as?
It's in addition to. It's another use of cutting action.
I'm fine with it.
The caveats to it are you can only aim if you haven't moved.
If you haven't moved, yeah.
And your speed is 0 for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, in which case I will aim, and then I will take a shot at which one's the most wounded.
This one and this one is the most wounded, and it's like very nearly dead. The ones on the left are mostly okay. The one on the far right is kind of hurt.
Actually, I'll go for the far right one because that's the one I was already shooting.
We do hate those guys.
Yep.
You hit.
Sick. Because I had advantage, I can sneak attack damage as well.
A big hit. You take out one of its wings as it sort of starts to, and it starts falling down. It's not dead, but it is very, very wounded.
Fantastic.
Almost as wounded as the one in the middle. Not quite. Yaz. Your big man is performing a cool dance.
I'm gonna arc a jet stream over Balin's head down onto the injured one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then... Bam.
You hit. Nice.
1.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. You you knock it down.
No bonus to that.
As it this one is on its last legs, and you blow it down, and it hits the ground quite hard. And
oh wow!
It seems to stop moving.
I think it just died of natural causes.
I think that has nothing to do with me, guys.
Oh boy.
I'll close this way.
Nice.
That's my turn.
Cool. Inkel, just your turn.
It is. I shall strike at thee.
Okay, as in the top one or the bottom one. The bottom one is the injured one. Oh, you do hit.
Oh, fucking
This
get
one.
wrecked.
That one. You stab out good. These things ain't wearing armor.
Oh,
They're kind of clumsy.
I don't stab it that well. No.
You're also
You
kind
did-
of clumsy right now.
You didn't put your back into it. Next time,
No.
though.
Next time. I've marked him in a non-mechanical way.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
the end of my turn.
Cool. Miss Fernbrand, it's your turn.
Right, I'll double down and do the same that Khalid just attacked. Jesus Christ. I'm just not hitting anything today.
Unfortunately, it is 11.
I just keep hitting almost Khalidus for like the third time.
Again, as you fire
This
it,
time I do like give you a little glare.
it
Sorry,
just manages to dodge it.
I pointed my cylinder thingy. I think it's malfunctioning.
You see that the sights that there is on it, as it were, are kind of like misaligned. Like, oh whoops. Should have checked that this morning. If you're happy to stay there, then I guess it's win. Win.
Cool.
Win.
Cool.
The one on your right is very, very low. It's fallen to the ground after having been shot. The one in front of you is actually unhurt.
Oh, is it? Well, so he's prone.
No, but they're like, it's in the air. It'll move. It'll on its turn. It'll probably hit the ground. It's not prone. Where is he though?
Okay, where is he?
Okay, so
it's always somewhere.
I don't know.
Don't move that fog cloud anywhere soon.
Yeah, I'll try and make him unconscious. What are these hits? Holy shit!
Is that
Well, that
on
hits.
that'll hit? Yeah, on the one on the right was that?
Yeah.
With the yes. You bring it down to the rest of the ground, the rest of the way, and oh no, I won't put the cross on it because it's unconscious. You put it to where's like that's almost like Zed's. There's no unconscious.
I like the wording. Like, I know you meant just because you wanted to hit it non-lethally, but just I will make it unconscious. Threatening energy to it.
That was what was gonna happen. Can you have that one? Little sleepy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. There you go. You've knocked it unconscious. You made it into Saitama, but a black and white version.
Nice.
Egghead. Is that
Can I move here?
Yeah, that's fine. You step over the battlefield.
That's it.
That's fine. Cool. Okay. It's their turn. Now
Bane
they are in a
suddenly
very...
exposed.
They are in a very different position to what they were in before. They are.
The chips are down.
The chips are down, so I'm gonna make another roll to see what their There will. Ooh, it's not that. That was okay. That was good enough last time. And these two are going to fly straight up. The ones over here. So all three of you will get opportunity attacks on. Or Orion's getting an opportunity attack on this one, and you two will get opportunity attacks on this one, this top one. And I guess in Careless, you can choose which one you want to be. They're kind of equal in health, actually. So they're, yeah.
So advantage on this.
You would, yeah, because you're flanking.
Right.
You hit. You hit the fleeing target. Okay. Well done. You stick it.
I'll spear the same one from the same side as it leaves.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, I'm gonna. No, I can't do that. It's fine.
Yeah, no direction. Yeah.
No, I don't.
With advantage because you got advantage because you're flanking.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I do.
You do.
Minimum damage again. Nice.
You spear and.
The dice are cursed today, guys.
You're in sync, but again, it's.
I've been exceptionally useless. It's been great.
Dude, I missed 3 of my shots. All right. It almost just hit you all the time.
And Tombstone, you get an opportunity attack on this one as well. This one, yeah.
Sure. This would be lethal damages.
That's fine. This one, you do hit it. And
That's
cool. Ooh. Oh no, your side die goes down by 1.
My what die?
Your side die.
You didn't watch the fucking video.
Oh, side. Sorry.
That would mean you lose it entirely.
Sorry?
By default.
I don't know why I didn't comprehend the words in my head.
It's because you're not a real gamer.
It's because size not a word. Anyway.
That's also true.
Your PSI, your pressure dice goes down.
Yeah. And this one as well is actually gonna they are flying upwards right now. They're not so much directly fleeing, but they're retreating upwards for now. They're about 40 feet up.
I'm not fleeing. I'm retreating up.
I'm retreating with style. Oh no, because they're not using their actions to attack it. They're double moving up, so they're about 80 feet up.
I can't jump 8 feet up.
I don't know. Can you right now?
Try it.
You're 5 foot. You're 5 foot higher. I don't think it affects your athletics, especially though.
No.
It's a shame. Orion.
Well, yeah.
But if it
does,
are they all in the air or?
These 3 are all about 80 feet up, which is pretty high.
Oh. I can't do anything with those. Where's like reverse gust, where you just inhale?
Does gust specify that it's from you?
From me, it's gust.
Yeah, that's a shame. What about guts?
Guts, yeah.
Let's change this vacuum cleaner from suck to blow. You know, that picture that no vacuum cleaners have.
Are they running? They're running away, are they?
They're going upwards, out of range. So it looks like it probably.
Let's see. They're 80 feet up, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
I cannot hit with them anything. Okay. I will. I'll just stand my ground. No, the javelin max range is well, the trident's max range is 60 foot.
Okay. I think javelin's a bit further. I don't know if you start.
Javelin is slightly further. Javelin is just better trident.
Yeah.
I think it's 40 and then 80 max.
Yeah, I'll just I'll curse him.
No, javelin's 120.
Oh really? Oh well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just I won't do anything.
You won't do anything, or you'll prepare something.
I'll prepare an action just in case they come close to me.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 30, 120. That's why.
Yeah.
That's a weird set of ranges, but sure, babe.
Yep. Well, the short crossbow, or the light crossbow, is 80 something, so they're in range.
Fine. They're in range for now.
So I will aim again, and I will take a shot.
The left are actually exactly the same health. High.
The closest one, then. Actually, no, the one that's slightly further away, just in case something else happens.
Sure. You hit. You do good damage to it, as it is it seems to be fleeing somewhat, but it is not quite dead. It's sort of like dips down in the air again as it's going to have a difficulty getting across the river in its current state.
Okay. We've not injured any of them enough to slow them, right?
That one you probably have, yeah.
Okay.
I'll say that one is less than 10 HP, for example.
Well, just throw a rock at it.
I can't throw it 8 feet.
You can.
Well, you're 10 feet up.
Well, my dart's 60 feet. Can I jump and throw one?
There's no reason you couldn't.
I guess I could do like a running jump. I don't know what would be higher.
What's your vertical leap is like...
You do need to move. Hang on.
I think your vertical leap is like 8 feet, right?
I want to say so.
Something like that. Anyway. Yeah, it's your turn. Yeah.
10.
Jump. It's 3 plus strength.
It's a 7 then.
Yeah, unfortunately, 10 does not quite strike.
That's my turn.
Right. Fernbrand, Mr. Fernbrand.
Alright, I'll try to shoot that one. My firebolt cylinder thingy.
Okay.
She's gonna aim very, very, very carefully this time.
You sure about it?
It's a hit.
That hits. Hooray! Oh, nice. This one also dips down. It was on the bottom one. This one, the top one, yeah. Yeah, that one. Okay.
I would have done closest.
Sure, yeah.
There was one that was really heavily injured.
Oh, what was there? Which one? Was
This one up here, yeah.
Oh, fucking get it. No, actually, I think she would get this one, who's not as hurt yet, because they're already fleeing, and she just wants them to kind of, get out of here.
Yeah, this one definitely, again, in the air, is burning up. This one also looks like it's going to have a lot of difficulty getting away, but it is not interested in staying either.
Can you roll perception for me? Yes.
Sure. Very perceptive. 13.
Yeah, you could have shown that something was off about Fernbrand's cylinder. Like it was kind of just a see-through.
Is it not cylindrical? Is that the?
Well, no, I mean, it's like a. I always like when I say cylinder, I'm always thinking like it's. How do fucking I don't know these geometrical words in English.
A prism.
Well, it's like a little round shaped. The fucking toilet roll, the thing that's left, right?
Yeah.
What's different about it?
Like that form. Well, I mean, she shoots at it with people, but it seems to be kind of a see-through thing, so it's a bit weird.
Oh.
She just put a thumb through it, though. What's that?
It's just anything else.
When
jump in the air and breathe fire on. I don't think that's hard.
That's not high enough.
Sprout your racial dragon wings.
I wish. Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
No, there's literally nothing I do that has range, so I'll just look up at them scornfully.
Are you gonna shake your fist?
No, because I don't want to drop. Well, my hands are full. I can shake a spear a bit angrily. But it's a bit Tusken
you
Raider.
have no weapon. Get
range weapons.
I do, but I don't think they have the range.
Well,
the long range is
with disadvantage.
They are within long range with disadvantage.
I don't think I even have. I don't think I have the javelin attack mapped to my character yet.
Probably not. Well, I think it's.
I mean, you can just drag a javelin from the ice.
I think it's exactly the same as your spear.
Yeah, because you can use strength.
Oh, but he'll be worse then.
He's a Dex character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can use Dex or Strength on.
I mean, I'll throw one. I mean, what have I got to lose? If I can use my spear, then but it have to be It won't be because the spear's a D6, isn't it?
They're the same.
Yeah, javelin.
Isn't javelin a D6?
Isn't it D8 for you because you have the mastery?
Yeah, I have spear mastery, so it's not the same thing.
Oh yeah, it's like
I'll roll it.
D6.
I'll roll the attack to hit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Advantage, and then we can
We'll
deal
go
with damage.
from there. We'll go from there. You do hit. Yeah, of course. You
11.
Yeah, 11 hits it. Yeah.
I'll roll a d6. It minimum again.
Oh no!
3 damage.
Oh, onto which one? On the front one?
Yeah, sure, that one. Yeah.
It had that much health.
Sick. I'll just nod like that was my plan all along.
I did.
Everyone's like, there's no way that's gonna hit. There's no way that's gonna hit. And it,
I like heft it. I'm like, look, I lick my finger, and hold it to the air to judge wind, and then just fucking yeet it at it.
It's
Did you
just
believe?
exactly on. It's no more, no less than was required.
Precision kill.
Exactly. Well, Win, you're still big. You're still everything that you are. And it's your turn as well. So for
Can I
you,
jump
this one is 60 feet up for you because you are 10 feet tall.
What,
Or
this
more
one?
than 10 feet tall. Yeah.
Then yeah, sure, I'll throw it down. At disadvantage, but
You do hit.
doesn't matter.
It does the 5 damage, is it? That does not quite kill it, but it is less.
He does an extra 1d4 because he's.
Is that always ranged?
Oh.
It just says the target's weapons grow to match its size.
The target that's correct size, these weapons are enlarged and the attack with them deals 1d4 extra damage.
Oh my god!
Very cool. Those are some huge dots.
Well, it's only going to get 1 because it's d4, but.
No, the other number's on a d4.
Yes.
Never mind.
I'll believe it when I see it.
What the fuck, guys?
You chuck this massive dart at this thing, it's like a shell, dunk, and it spins around in the air for a second, and this looks so nearly dead, but it is not quite. You can throw 2 darts, right? Because you can make an unarmed attack. That's right. Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
He's not sun soul. He can't unarmed at distance.
Yeah, you can't make a beam.
Not yet.
Yeah. Well, no, you chose the wrong guy. The drunken master never gets a drunk beam. I can't read it for a while.
Good puke.
Yeah, you get an acid. Oh god. Okay.
The high level one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe it. Okay, so you managed to take down, I think, another 2 of them, right? No, just another one of them, and heavily injured another one. The one on the far right, it sort of turns around in a second. It sees what's going on. It screeches. It stops singing as it's harmonies. It goes, and it flies away quite far. This one flies as far as it can, but it lands on this island here. As it is heavily injured, and as it lands, you see it sort of kicks up a pile of bones as it lands onto the island.
Oh.
And for all intents and purposes, turn order is over. This one over here is not going to be able to any longer, and it will not probably. If you guys get near it, it'll probably run away.
I mean, 30 foot.
Or try to. Yeah, you could shoot it just from here. This other one's gone.
Can Rin just jump over?
Probably, yeah. Currently,
You don't need to chase these guys down. They just started running.
Did you see that as well? I think
Would
there's
probably
something on
put
the
that one
ground.
down. The one that landed.
And we can just let them go. I don't.
I think I saw something where it landed. Some weird bones.
Can you spyglass to check the? Can you tell what kind of bones they are?
make a perception, I suppose, if you're looking with the spyglass. It's kind of hard to tell because it's kind of on the same level.
Who asked? Are you helping or?
If Win holds you up, you could definitely get a good look.
I'll patch you up, Kalidas.
Sorry?
I'll patch you up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
If someone's helping me, look, that's a.
Oh yeah, I assume
They
in
bonk-
this kind of situation, so it's probably people are pointing out to you.
Yeah.
already,
They bonked me on the head a few times. I'm a little bit dazed.
It did.
It looks like from here a set
I'll make some
humanoid bones. You see a humanoid skull,
Have
for
his teeth.
example.
Size? Are they giant bones or?
Human-esque size, normal human size, but you see something sticking out. It appears to be. You don't see any evidence of clothes on it, but you do see. Apart from you see that it looks like it's got a pair of shoes that look weirdly pristine.
There's not giant bones. people bones. Can't quite tell what. But there's gear out there. There's like some pristine boots.
Nice gear.
How far out is that?
What are the hallmarks of pristine boots?
There's a skeleton for you guys.
Is it 30 foot away or is it further out?
Yeah, so far as.
What's the running jump?
The running jump is your strength ability. So your normal running jump is 18 feet.
Well,
There
if
is
anyone,
something for if you go up a size category, but it's not listed in enlarge reduce.
Well, I'm gonna swim over if anyone else is going to jump in or jump over.
Yeah.
I can. Oh, I know what I'm going to do.
I look at the raging torrents of water. I'm like,
It's a very small little section. To be fair.
Alright, this is your expertise. I'm gonna keep watch.
I hand the flintlock rifle to someone who's not going in the water.
Damn.
You see, I'm going to put my stuff. I'm going to
I'll wait
sort
here.
of slap my hand together and sort of
Slip my hand.
rub them together and sort of. You see Orion sort of starts straining, and I will use the first effect to freeze the current in place for a
It won't last
5
long,
foot
but
square,
it will last for a bit, that's for sure.
and then I will
How
freeze
big is
that
it?
water. So it's a 5 foot square, so I can make that 5 foot square.
Like here-ish.
Can you make a bridge?
I can only have one ice block.
Oh,
at
so
a
you
time.
can easily jump from there to there, essentially, now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Can I make this 20-foot jump?
Well, no, you don't have to, because now, isn't that what Orion just did? Can you just jump on that, and then from there to here?
Your strength
Okay, I guess
isn't
that makes
20
sense.
though, Isa, so you would
It's
land
18.
and then you'd be like, ugh, and then you'd go.
Well, if I can-
I'll stop concentrating on enlarge.
There you go, yeah. I mean, it's a bit out of context. Probably, yeah, if you guys are talking and looking at stuff.
It's probably been a minute or
it would
whatever.
have ended,
That was a pretty
With a
move, yes?
Yeah, do that again sometime.
win, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, that was pretty...
is that something all elves can do?
It wasn't me.
With
But I allowed it to happen.
I did feel the wind,
I permitted this.
so I think it was yes. So...
what, you inflated him like a sheep's bladder?
Ugh.
No, I didn't.
Well, you make it sound
No,
way
no.
less cool now, Balin.
No, I mean, that distorts.
We don't have balloons, do we? Do we?
It but what you described as a distortion of shape,
Yeah.
True.
which I didn't inflate him.
It's more like
He just kind of...
Yeah, you control the wind. You
became
inflated
bigger.
all the air inside his body, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Give a
it's like,
second.
it's like he magnified him, but not.
But anyway, I'm
opposite.
gonna swim over if they're in. That's fine.
Could you make an athletics check if you get in the water?
I'm
not
definitely
I want to do a running jump. And
yeah vaulting the ice block after win.
I will.
I can't-
Okay.
It's just half. So I can't make a running jump from this. I think it's halved.
Well, you could definitely
This is the rules
do
of.
two
You can kind
running
of run
jumps,
across
can't
that,
you?
because that's not fully water. You can like take a big step onto that and then jump. I'm fine with that. Okay, Orion, you are kind of swept along a little bit, downwind, as it were, down like to there, but you can make it across.
Oh, dear.
As you guys approach, the one that sort of the harpy that's resting here, like hobbles and takes off and is like flying away to a larger island where the other one
Okay.
sort of retreated to.
Fernbrand, do you want to go take a look?
Uh,
If it's anything magical, you'll probably need to be there.
We can bring it back.
I mean, they can just bring it over for me. I'd rather not get this back into water. You
I
never know what
can-
happens.
I can do my trick. I could float you there.
Oh, I think it's fine. But thank you.
Okay.
I'll also vault across with win. Hopefully with a bit more athleticism.
Does that
And me?
I mean, it technically means I'm slightly better at the long
sure.
jumps
Yeah,
and
so
stuff,
you could jump from there, but your strength
Oh, okay.
is fucking terrible, isn't it?
12.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. So you can jump that. That's fine, more or less. You might land in the water.
Yeah.
Take a knee.
But, yeah.
So you get to this island and you see that these bones were sort of half buried into the ground in like a loose dirt, and you get looking around. You see they've only really been disturbed because one of the harpies literally landed heavily on it, sort of kicking them up. So you want to make some. One of you make an investigation with advantage because you guys, I assume, are helping each other.
Sure. I'm not very smart.
Because we're all in this together.
Mine's +1.
If you make an investigation on your own, I'll just.
I'll
What's the highest? Mine's a +1.
+1.
Oh, we're all +1s. Amazing.
Doesn't matter.
I have +4. I should have been over there.
I'll give someone guidance for it. I'll give William guidance.
I'll help Win. You give him guidance. Win.
Okay.
Well, there you go. There's my 21.
There it is. There's my crit. Give me the goodies.
Well, what's the guidance? Well,
You DM bitch. Give me the fucking.
Give
me the goodies.
I want to see if this. Oh my god!
Unfortunately, it was a DC 25.
So you don't get anything now?
That's a really weird looking one.
Crit, all dice are doubled, right? So guidance is
I refuse. That is not how it works.
I rolled a 4.
Rolling. That wasn't a D4. You just rolled.
I rolled a 4.
Just tossed the number 4.
Oh.
That's not 25. He's
That's
done
how
it.
people cheated.
Yeah, I did it.
How dare you? Anyway, okay. Well, first things first. The first thing that sticks out is this skeleton. It's a humanoid skeleton. It's probably would have been of somewhere of about 5, just above like 5.5 feet. So kind of short-ish, but person-sized. And it's wearing a pair. You can't really find any like evidence of clothes on it. Like maybe there's some like fibrous things in the dirt that on inspection like these could be like the rotted remains of clothes, but it's not been it's kind of exposed, so who knows. God, 21. The bones are definitely very old. They've been like picked over and like chewed on essentially.
Oh, they're like 500 years old.
They are pretty old. Probably not quite that old, but like in possibly over a couple hundred.
Okay.
And it's wearing a pair of boots on its the remains of its feet, which are definitely magical from that investigation, and they are pristine. They are. I haven't got a picture of them, unfortunately. I'll have that one for next time for sure. But they have a sort of vine pattern on them, and they're sort of a golden thread essentially, and they have like quite pointed toes that curl up slightly. But they look very fancy.
Awesome.
Looking around, from what you can tell with that investigation as well, this appears to be basically like there's remains of other animals around, smaller stuff, birds, fish, etc. So you can probably surmise this might be where they eat prey, essentially. Beyond that,
boots, huh?
That's mostly what you find.
Those treads.
Some nice fucking shoes.
Man, this could have been me on my last expedition out here. It's a bit worrying.
If we grab the,
You're watching. Yeah, this is.
You look at it's wearing a pair of dog tags, and you see legends honors you. Huh?
What? Danny?
Time travels.
We grab the skull.
Time travel. Oh man, Nomura's infecting our game.
You'll die over and over.
You guys would be able to get back.
Not know why.
Your ice block has moved on a bit, but you guys, I'm not going to kill you because you can't swim the 15 feet. It's difficult, but the worst thing that will happen to you is you end up crossing down here as opposed to straight away.
A fate worse than death.
A fate worse than death. Oh, there, down here's the Tarrasque Square, so just don't step over there. That's where it is.
This is Minesweeper.
We'll just mark it out.
We'll plant a flag.
Just don't go there.
Oh yeah, and also you have a knocked out.
Yeah, what do we do with that one?
Maybe talk to it if someone can talk. Whatever this talks.
What do you want to say to it?
So we all heard it.
Why you such a
Anyone-
cunt? That's why you say to it.
Does it have any sign of experimentation?
Also a collar. Yeah.
Could you make a either an Arcana or an Investigation? I guess. Or even an Agian Nature. I'd be with any of those.
Which ones?
Arcana, nature, or investigation. And I'll depending on what you.
What about nurture?
I can assist you on the nature.
There ain't no nurture checks. How dare you?
Oh.
It's all nature. I'm all about the DM anyway.
I don't know if it was specifically about when I was speaking in Draconic, but it did give a look of like acknowledgement.
Okay, well we could use that maybe.
At the beginning of the fight. I mean, it might understand common as well. I don't know. But
It seems a lot of these things can understand Draconic in some sense, so that would.
Okay, so with
Is
that
no one else unsettled by that?
this is definitely it's. When you were looking at the manticore, because you looked at the manticore as well to see if it had been experimented with, as far as you could tell. Again, you can tell this is definitely a magical creature. It's not naturally like occurred, and there is like quite a distinct like separation between like less so, more so than with the manticore. There's a separation between the humanistic parts of it and the animalistic parts of it.
Like it was stitched together.
Not some. You can't find like any evidence. Again, this is the
It just seems very distinct.
But yeah, this one, you could like be convinced that the manticore was just a magical creature. This definitely is the result of some sort of fiddling by some. Maybe this is a creature that was born, but it's from a race of things that like were created.
I guess I'll take a picture of the cliffs another time. And I'm gonna erase the selfie picture. History will have to be written another time. And I make a nice picture of that one.
Oh, but yeah, in regards to what you asked, Ben, it does not have like a collar or tattoos or sigils or anything like that.
Not like the manticore did, no.
No, not like the manticore did, no.
I guess if anybody comes up here foraging for sheep, then earplugs are in order.
That's a good idea, yes. And if anyone finds these weird creatures, I don't think they're really a food source.
There's definitely a few winged beasts around to be wary of. Got to start scanning the skies again for that giant eagle.
Let's also not forget, if some were to ingest these things that have been changed in ways we don't understand, they may actually be harmful. Like even if you just eat the bird part.
We're not eating anything with a face on it, okay?
Well, I think you would just put them in two or something.
Bane, could you make a perception because you are looking for the big bird? Looking for big bird. I'm always looking for big birds. Big bird's a hero.
Oh, speaking of eating things, I definitely ate that crab. 100%.
The crab that pinched you.
The crab from like a couple weeks ago. That's fine. You can eat the crab. Crab's got a face.
Crab face.
You can't. You don't notice any giant eagles because you're facing the wrong way.
Directly. It's just right above you.
Yeah,
you can't see
facing rules.
You don't see any giant eagles.
Good.
All right.
Let's continue on.
Okay. I'll see what this weird.
Please do. These nice boots.
I'll do that next time we sit down. And
nice booties.
Are
we pushing on ahead, or are we?
What's
Are
you guys going to knocked out essentially?
Excuse me? What?
Are you just going to leave the harpy knocked out?
Oh, I'm going to talk to the harpy. But I don't know how long it takes to.
Well,
are you
then,
gonna take it?
Then
you guys
I've got I've got a net on me. That I can.
You do, yes.
I'll try and pin it down.
What do you want to do? Do you want to drag around the harpy the whole time?
Put you guys back on here. It's not super heavy. You probably could carry it and then at some point go like, okay, we're done with this, and then either let it go or kill it or just leave it or whatever. Because it is a flying creature. It's kind of dense, but it's probably no more than like 30 kilos.
I wonder if you can hold on to it and it flies away with you. If you can tame it.
That would be impressive.
Yeah.
I'll keep it netted. It can't spread its wings.
Right, she can be like the wing drakes.
Oh yeah, just with a little piece of string.
Just from how they behaved, like in approaching in combat, do we get the feeling this thing is reasonably intelligent, or is it very much animalistic? Like it's obviously got humanoid qualities in its making, but
they didn't seem to employ tactics, I would say. But
yeah, because the manticore talked, but these are
the manticore
other than the singing. Yeah.
Make a I guess like a nature check. They seemed pretty animalistic, to be honest. The only evidence that they were any more than freaky animals is A, they had a magic song, and B, one of them seemed to like understand that Enkelis was trying to do a spell on it.
Oh, we can just wrap it up in rope. I'm sure we've got 50 foot.
Yeah, you can.
That's what
If you were trying to carry like all of tied up, and then that would be an issue. But for now, yeah, you guys can drag this thing until it wakes up or whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna haul it till it wakes, or try and rouse it now.
Let's haul it.
Yeah,
Alright.
we got a
Hold notes.
little ground to make.
We don't want to be stuck out here at night. So.
What's the status of the steam pillar that I saw earlier? Because we're nearing that now.
Could you make a perception with an advantage? I assume using your. To look at that.
Oh wow!
You see a big pillar of cloud coming out of this hill, essentially, and also, this is something that you can just see from this distance. The only reason that you couldn't see it last time is because it was light enough, and dark vision is black and white. The trees here suddenly go from being the normal like pine trees, etc., to being what looks like a red-barked, like bright red-barked tree in this area.
Well, that's not usual.
That is not usual. You are correct.
Yeah. So that's what I want to check out.
And this isn't most like with the telescope. Any of you could like see that from.
I might go as far as to call it unusual.
It's almost unusual, we might say.
Well,
the time of the day is about. It's a little past midday now because you had to walk and. Yeah.
Maybe it isn't. This place is full of unusual things.
Is there any naturally occurring, like flora like that, or
not of that hue that you are aware of?
Okay.
Next time we encounter something, you should drink the potion, Yas. I'm very excited to find out what it may do.
You got that potion.
Yeah, Yaz, aren't you excited to be a human guinea pig? You should be.
I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah, giving a Wonder mystery magic boy over here a mystery potion. What could go wrong?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll bring out his potential.
And there's no reason why,
As Nebo said, magic doesn't have a cost.
There's no reason why Miss Fernbrand would do anything untoward, towards you. So it's fine.
Nope. Well.
Did Nebo actually say that?
But I'm not that kind of
No,
person.
Nebo said the very opposite of that.
Okay, yeah, sure. Just checking.
Just yeah. That's
Maurice just keep suspicions of him, and he said, "Oh yeah, magic's completely risk-free."
How dare you be suspicious of Nebo? How dare you hold even for a second any Nebo suspicions?
It's very I'm very anti all of this. This.
While we talk about it, like the more like me going, yeah, he's not suspicious. It's like weird and suspicious.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So
when last I was out here, I encountered, or at least I think I encountered these things a few miles further up. So there could be more of them. Could be the same pack wandering. I don't know. But we can all see that steam or smoke pile. It's a couple miles off our path if we're headed straight to the stone top, but
well,
I don't know, I'd quite like to check it out.
I mean, we're here to find other intelligent life forms, and if there's smoke, there may be something going on.
It's more like a pillar of steam, like a mile wide. It's not like very thick, but it's like it's like it's a geyser or a geyser.
Well, certainly curious enough. there may be some resource there, something that's unique to this island.
The red bark trees, I know you're always keeping an eye out for weird plants.
That's true.
Okay. So you guys, I guess, move on. After about an hour of travel, the harpy would probably begin to rouse, and it probably it's not making much noise. It's possibly trying to like hope that you guys don't notice that it's, but it's sort of like struggling, and every time like it's dragged along over something, it goes. So it is now awake.
Well, why don't you try talking to it?
I'll try and sort of rouse some sort of conversation out of it.
Okay.
What do you do for fun?
bring it. That's what it says. No, it doesn't say that.
Does it understand common or Elvish?
Are you gonna? What do you say?
Yeah. Do you understand common or Elvish?
When you speak in common, you say that it looks at you and it suddenly goes, harm.
Harm? We don't mean you any harm if you're not gonna harm us.
Fly.
Where? Well,
I think it's like as smart as like a parrot.
Try Elvish. I mean, most things here are.
I feel like I'd be afraid of Elvish since everything else. But I'll give it a go.
It just said harm in response to common.
Speaking in Elvish to it, it doesn't. It looks kind of confused, and it just says, "Fly, away."
Well,
You've spoken
any-
Draconic before, right? Who tried to speak in Draconic?
The dragon.
No, Dragonborn.
Oh, it killed us, yeah.
I guess I'll start.
What are you saying?
Begrudgingly, I'll just say like, "Hello, do you understand what I'm saying?"
Hang on.
It looks at you, kind of shocked, and looks kind of scared for. Magi.
Magic. Does it say that in common so everyone else can hear it? I
Yeah,
assume,
in common, yeah.
Huh. So,
Magi?
Arms.
no harm.
Fly.
That feels a bit disingenuous given what we just did, but
I mean, they
You know,
Stand your ground.
they came on to us. Let's be honest.
Even if
Stand
it's
your ground. We saw the
reactionary,
graph.
I feel a bit
She came
bad
onto
just
me.
killing it now.
it's weird. It recognizes Draconic, associates it with mage.
Yeah, that's concerning.
I speak to it in primordial.
It's going all through.
This guy knows a lot of languages. For
Do you understand me?
freak.
Fly. And it starts struggling. It's going to make us to try and escape.
Oh.
Oh.
It was 18.
I think that probably beats the net's like DC to escape, right?
It does.
That is just
Yeah,
ripped
so-
apart now.
It rips its way out of the net with its claws, and it sort of hops along the ground away from you, and is like flapping its wings, like stretching them out, and it takes to the sky. It's still like close enough that you guys could, I guess, like shoot it if you wanted, but it's
shoot
flying
it?
away.
I was going to try and
No,
make
we
an
gotta let
animal
it know
handling to
that,
calm it, but
We're gonna let them tell the others. Right?
Oh, right. Yes, so they know not to mess with us.
That's a good idea.
That's
You could
taking
shout-
that's taking
you
a
could-
hostage one.
You could shout at it, I guess. It's still an earshot.
Don't you
Pick off, bird!
You cheeky bugger.
and leave us alone. Yeah, that'll teach it.
It
guess.
definitely hears you, whether or not it like understands. Please, it doesn't have
I
to
feel
respond.
like we had a missed opportunity in having us read the Ramsey Ramsey letter of.
I don't think that would have gone down well.
It might have been a little complicated, to be fair.
I really hope we don't run into any more
we need a
people-faced
draconic
things.
version of that.
I think we will, unfortunately.
Yeah, someone's
seems to
been
be-
playing.
They seem to
God.
be man-made and something that was really something really bad. I feel on this island.
Well, by the sounds of it, a magi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
More
I
drag.
mean they weren't collared, so
Alright.
they're free range, I guess.
Now be careful. We don't know what those fumes are. We should be careful not to inhale those. Just willy-nilly.
Okay, so I assume you guys continue walking on now. That is.
Yeah.
As you guys approach, Bane, you recognize that this is where you turned back essentially last time, and you now that you're not running away for your life, and also you're better lighting, you notice there is a distinct line in the kinds of trees.
It's like a
And you
path,
actually
you mean?
like
What, like they were planted?
it's a distinct line. I'll say it for now.
Okay.
And this is where you first saw where Balin first saw the hobgoblin mammoth symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is a territory marking still there then, or?
Yeah, this is here. And could you guys make some perception? And then I'll let you know about more specific things vis-a-vis. Yeah, depending.
All of
I'll
us,
describe
or
it,
just
so-
Balin?
All of you, because you guys are all. Oof. Bane's too busy going like, yeah, I was here the other day. That's what I
My
sound
side eye
like.
went up.
New York.
Boston.
Boston.
I'm walking here.
I'm scouting here.
Bonk.
Boink. Yes, have you got a perception? Just to finish off.
Come on, finish this off, guys.
Kill me.
Later.
Crit percept. Come on.
Strike me down, and I'll stronger than you can ever imagine.
Oh, spoilers.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'll talk you through what you do see, because you guys see. So, Orion, you would notice this with your perception that the markings, the tree markings of the mammoth tree markings, go down this distinct line like that.
Oh, so that's like this is the limit?
So
Straight line.
this is a border, yeah.
Mm.
You don't know how far they go down, of course, but they do continue on that way. I'll in fact give you a line. This is what you can assume. And the rest of you, these red trees on closer inspection look kind of horrible. They are very knotted, and they kind of are writhy, and they're dense, and they're much thicker. They don't have any leaves on them, but it's hard to tell if they even would have leaves. They look nothing like any trees that you've ever seen.
Are we by them?
You're near enough to see them.
Okay.
You're not like standing in front of them. You're like
we're not licking them.
Like but even from here, you can see that there's like large thorns on some of them, and the ground beneath them is covered in red vines, like the trees themselves. And you can see that there is steam coming off this whole patch of forest.
I'd like to take a dirt sample.
Have the Martians invaded?
The red weed.
Yeah, I'd like to take
Mars this far out. I certainly hope not.
The gap here between the two kinds of trees, it's probably about a 10-foot gap. It's like a park essentially. It like, as you might expect in a garden or like from a road. The ground itself doesn't appear to have been like trodden down. It's not like a dirt track in that sense, but there is a long straight path down.
Okay.
Any signs of mushrooms?
He says mushrooms. Oh, that's a good question. Could you make your perception? Could you make a perception check, please? Yes, because to find una mas. You guys will be able to get closer. This is just from like the distance. I didn't want to put words in your mouth and say you're in the forest now. You don't see from here. All you can see from like the weird red wood, as I'm going to refer to it, is that you can't see it. There's very little color deviation, and you can't see anything like. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a very sudden and strange change.
I think we'll follow your lead here, Miss Fernbrand. If you can tell us if that air is even safe to breathe.
Let's see why not.
I mean, I assume we're going to go down the ominously laid out dirt path.
Can I?
Almost certainly.
Can I get close? Alright. Can I lead that and maybe with nature try to figure out whether it's harmful or something?
Your question: is it natural or is it like?
Like, so are you going to get close enough to sort of
touch it?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, sure. So could you make some nature? I'll talk you through. It's going to be quite easy checks, to be fair.
Oh, I know everything about this forest.
Okay.
Your crit noise is amazing, Theo.
I know. Pardon me. Yeah, get that as a hit sound. What? Sorry.
That was
okay.
I want on my soundboard.
Yeah.
You're up to the forest, and you can see from here again. There is a very distinct line where it stops as well, and you can determine these are deliberately. It's deliberately been sort of planted and laid out like this.
Okay, so someone made these red trees and like someone.
Well, they've been put here deliberately. They are ever so slightly warm to the touch. Mm-hmm. Probably about. They're like if you touch like someone's. And they're a bit cold, but they're it's not body temperature, but that would explain the steam. Essentially, they are water is like coming off, and you can actually feel the heat change because it's been a very cold day up till this, and this is like it's kind of warm over here. They have a kind of shiny but thick red bark to these trees, and again you can see the ground. Vines that kind of wrap around the trees, and the trees themselves look more like just very big, thick vines than actually trees, though they do branch off as well. They are completely. You're certain this is not natural.
Right.
There is no way.
So
this
someone
is natural.
Planted these or changed this area of soil for some purpose.
You would be. You know a bit about plants and your
I know a bit about plants,
herbalists and stuff. This is you would be pretty confident to say that this is perhaps even like a cloned tree in that like they take a cutting of another plant and then plant it and then it grows again. This is a. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. It's not one organism, but it's one organism again and again. It's not like naturally grown up like this. They have cuttings have been taken, they're planted, and then they've grown out. So they are.
The question is for what purpose, though.
But it's not like a some creatures have environmental effects in a certain area around them.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be one of those things then.
If I look at the ground and everything, can I see whether someone worked the soil? Like someone had traces of like man handled stuff.
So the ground is actually almost completely covered with this weed. So there's actually no other. There's not even grass growing here. It looks like the ground's completely being choked by this vine. Pulling away some of it again, and as you actually hold it, you actually realize that you cut your finger slightly on the ground on the weeds as
I do have my gloves on my hands. I wouldn't just.
Oh yeah, well they cut through a little bit. It's quite sharp. Oh no! You don't take damage. I'm not gonna say that. But you get pricked through as the vines. Yeah, the vines are spiny and some of them are thorned as well. And you pull part. The ground beneath seems kind of grey and. Not ashy as it were, but it has like no nutrients in it that you would like. I
don't have time to analyze any of this, but my mother knows much more about herbalism than I do.
Yeah, so this is all like from intuition.
So I'm gonna take enough samples of like the grey parts, the red parts, a bit of the bark, just something so like someone can maybe tell me what this is for. Because I don't
taking have the time a knife. Yeah, taking a knife to some of the vines and the trees.
Does it bleed?
A sort of red, sticky sap sort of like oozes out when you cut the vines.
Well, that's weird.
It's not like blood. It is like kind of see-through, but it's like it's gross. It's really horrible.
Okay, well I'll muster through my courage and get some of that.
The actual part where it's border.
Yeah.
If I was to walk that, would the weed stop? Does it look like it is growing to spread?
Oh, I see. Okay, so stand between the two kinds of the. Behind you, the forest edge is very rough. There's like little saplings and bushes growing up. The weeds beneath the trees kind of they kind of curl in on each other and make these sort of spirals towards the edge of the forest.
Yeah. Like they've grown and then stopped. They've magically turned around.
Yeah.
So this is a marking of something else's territory. Because otherwise this organism would keep growing to expand. it's made a conscious choice to stop along this line.
Okay, maybe it is like a creep. I mean, I don't know how much my character knows about.
Well, or
Does it
goblins
smell?
have been doing some aggressive pruning.
I'll annoyingly, I should use red as well to determine like this, which is because there's already a red border. How frustrating. Oh well. Wrong.
Does this like? Does it look easy enough to describe that someone would like? I mean, you just described this to us, but like, does it look so special that I would really want to take a photo from this, or is this like, no, I can just tell.
You can get some samples. Fine.
Yeah,
and you would be able to describe it accurately, yeah. Especially with that 25 in nature. Like, you can make some great notes. You got some samples. Unless the samples like rapidly deteriorate or something, then
well, I mean,
they don't seem.
I'll put the samples in my vials because I have enough for that, I assume.
And
sure, yeah.
3 vials.
One last thing on the border, like around the.
Oh Jesus.
Sorry about that.
Well, the
I changed.
Earthquake.
Oh no,
sorry.
the dragon woke up.
No, please save me. I made a mistake.
What?
I moved the map accidentally.
We can undo, I think.
No, it's fine. It's I
fine.
didn't reset. Everyone just sort of make noise.
Oh, but on the like around Merryme's camp,
Yes.
is there a lot more symbols? You know, like they put them all here to really designate a border.
It doesn't seem quite as viciously like on the Merry.
It was like every tree.
It was a lot, yeah. This is
I remember
not
that.
so extreme. This is like one and then like 10 trees down, it's another one. You can just see it very clearly for a long way because it is quite...
it's clearer than everywhere else.
It's clear. It's a straight line, and the symbol is quite visible from a distance with the telescope, especially.
Yeah, this is another border.
How hard is it to cut through? Is it?
The vine's pretty easy. The actual bark of the trees, as it were, it's pretty thick and quite hard. It's comparable to a hardwood tree.
Okay. Can we see?
You haven't cut a whole tree down, though, of course. Maybe, yeah.
Presumably the border sort of wraps around, and best as we can tell for the moment, it sort of follows the edge of the forest up this way.
You can see that the trees around the Stone Top Hill are not this. It's kind from getting closer. You theorize it's probably a circle around, or like a square maybe.
Around this.
It looks like it has a flat here, but it might be that it immediately curves away up. And is a circle, so it's either a square or a circle around this little head, essentially.
If you, I mean, I could fly up and take a look, but that might be a waste.
I was going to scale a tree, but it's that, or we're headed, stone topward anyway. That could give us a better insight what's down here. Or we just head in now.
We should probably try to make contact. So far, enemies of the hobgoblins have been strange, but wells of information. Maybe this could be those mushroom harvesters.
I reckon they'll probably be
That's
intelligent.
a bit far out of their territory if it is. I mean, you saw them south of the bridge, didn't you?
Merry was supposedly like far away from his land.
We can go. Why not?
When Fernbrand did see the scarecrow-y thing, it moved. It went this direction, so it's not an insane thing to conclude. It is quite far, but yes.
Yeah. Just do it.
I don't necessarily want to go.
I mean, I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm just...
No, it's fine. I'm just saying.
Let's go.
If you think taking a bird's eye view on this, I don't know how far you can fly, but you're welcome to the spyglass if you want to check it out. You don't have to.
I'll save it for something more useful.
It's going to be difficult, to see up ahead in the forest, but no, that's fine.
I
From what you can tell,
I want to know
with
something.
Oh, sure, go ahead. Yeah.
Does this make me feel uneasy? Like, have I ever seen something like this? I have an idea what this is like for.
You don't have any idea what it is, but it doesn't make you feel like you're not like reassured. This is freaky. It's also really gross.
I think we should keep going. It's relatively close to where we're staying, so.
Well, it's not normal. What do you think, Miss Fernbrand? Magic plant or just weirdly cultivated plant?
I don't think it's necessarily magic. I think it's weirdly cultivated, which someone could say is magic, but I think...
Depends how it's cultivated.
Yeah.
Magic.
Are plants... Can plants be red?
Sure.
Yeah, it's not common, but...
It's kind of really red.
Yeah. I mean, there can be
I'm
red.
just gonna say
this looks painted, frankly.
Is it blood red?
There can be red. It just looks.
Is it like Enceladus' shield?
Kind of. It's not quite. It's kind of like a sanguine. Like and the
Soup kitchen.
sanguine soup kitchen.
Theo,
I mean, this kind of colour in nature normally means poison, so no one go cutting themselves on it.
Yeah.
Theo, I'm starting to zone out a bit because these headphones are starting to hurt,
That's fine.
as they do after 3 hours, really badly.
Sure.
The contention was now to us to go further in and check out the gases, or what?
I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you guys. You guys can go.
Yeah, but this is my question. Like, I thought we already saw everything there's to see, but there's more.
I mean, you've seen everything there's from the outside. You haven't gone in.
Yeah, there's a sort of path leading in.
It's like it's at least like a mile diameter area. It's not big, but there's.
I think I would like to take a look.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I definitely want to.
I think we're going in. It's whether it's now or after we've got a bird's eye view from higher up.
Should I have the universal greeting ready?
Yes.
You know what, Yaz, why not?
Well, last
Why
time I did notice that there were these scarecrow thingies, and that's kind of the area. So we may meet actually someone.
That's maybe it'll just be another crazy gardener.
Yeah.
Instead
well,
of a
then
wolf
I guess
person.
we will know that there's a crazy gardener here. But hey, they may know some things. They'd love to.
Hey, we might have found our bees.
It might be best for you to read it, Enceladus. Everything seems to understand Draconic.
Yeah, this is.
And any time I speak Elvish, it seems to grow nothing but ire from the locals.
It's quite
So-
weird. I'm not used to things knowing
So
Draconic.
the elves maybe did all of this experimentation, probably.
Or
Doesn't
just,
seem like anyone's a fan of it.
enemies.
Right.
Well, let's just be attentive.
Despite, present company excluded, elves can come off arrogant.
No way.
They never do.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah.
The final thing with the nature check. Sorry, I should have mentioned this quicker. You figured that if you were to be rushing through this wood carelessly, you're likely to get a lot of lacerations on your legs.
Yeah.
Basically,
we don't want
if you run around here, you're probably going to take damage. Moving carefully, you can get. But if you're not careful, then you will be injured. And climbing a tree on close inspection is not very realistic. You could get up there, but you would very likely cut yourself quite badly on it, and get some wounds. Might be worth it. Anyway, okay. So entering the wood, I'll show you like the texture I drew. I'll move on to on the texture map just in case there's something. It's like kind of like this.
What is that?
As you
I'm
guys
sure
are
everything
walking
is
through
fine
the
here,
wood,
guys. Let's go back.
You guys are walking through this wood, and you
What
see
is that?
it's a very small little area, and you see
What is that? What is?
the hill kind of drifts up, and there's a rock, and
It has
on top
teeth.
of the rock there is a figure. I'll blow up the because you guys can see it. Again, it's kind of like the forest where you can't see very far ahead of you, so when you can see anything, when you get close enough, you see it like in reasonable detail.
Well, that's
see
a
there's-
hollow.
The figure of a man, but it seems to be made out of this red weed stuff, and it has a big sort of like 6-inch hole in its chest, all the way through to the back. And
Is this this is the straw man that you were talking about? Yes.
Is this your
It's-
scarecrow?
No.
No, that was the waterfalls.
He the
the straw guy you saw looked a lot friendlier.
they look
I
very
would say.
much more friendlier. That's
Does it have eyes?
As far as you can tell, its face is just made out of wrapped up vines, and its arms sort of descend into the ground and pulsate around.
So can we tell if it's even sort of seen us or sensed?
You guys are probably about 100 feet away from it,
Okay.
seeing it through trees, and it
That's
does
approach.
not. It does not seem to have seen you.
Huh.
Well,
Is it animated?
It's moving. For
Is
sure.
it a planet?
I
Is there a planet?
don't really
Is it-
want to get closer, but I guess that's our job to find out what these things, what's in our area. So let's go forward
pretty
with
big
caution.
teeth.
We have to go, guys.
Yeah.
So as you guys you approach, you get to be within about 60 feet of it, and as you stepping carefully around these vines, try not to get spiked on it. And as soon as one of you steps close within 60 feet, it suddenly snaps its head around towards you, and it sort of starts turning its head back and forth in your direction. As you guys also go, I assume you guys have stopped as soon as it looks around.
Universal greeting. Bust it out.
Alright, you can read it out, Enceladus, and if he doesn't seem to understand it, I'll take over in Elvish.
Sure, I will take the note and reacquaint myself with what it says specifically, and I will read it out in Draconic to it.
As soon as you start speaking aloud, it suddenly snaps its head back in your direction again.
Yeah.
And it sort of...
it can see.
It very slowly, you can see it doesn't really have legs, it's just hopping up from the ground in the shape of legs, and it's sort of dragging itself up onto this sort of, kind of like a pride rock sticking out of this this part of the hill. Again, like the darker lower down.
Yeah.
And you're saying in Draconic, if it's understanding you, it's not really responding.
Sure, that is what I expected.
Alright, I'll take over in Elvish.
You also just as well, as you started speaking of, but while this was happening, you see kind of the vines not near you, but like there's movement in the vines coming like around you guys, like about 40 feet away from you. Some things are rustling around. You guys are like aware of this though, so you try it in Elvish. Okay, sure. Let me just open a thing. I need to check a name. When you start speaking in Elvish, this thing, its mouth like opens and closes, and it's kind of hard to hear from this distance, but it appears to be whispering something over and over again, like a name. Could you make a perception check?
Who?
Probably Enceladus and Yaz are probably like the furthest forward because you guys are doing the talking. So you two.
What's your perception? Would you rather? I just want. I guess fine. Just do it.
Yeah, let's just both roll.
Yes, you're too busy. You're trying to like you're concentrating on reading this. It's not your first language, but
I don't read too good.
It's not. Yeah, you know. Enceladus, it's saying two words, both of which start with an A. It's like a something, and something.
Okay. That literally means nothing.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I wouldn't even tell people that. It literally means nothing to me. No.
Well, should we get closer?
Sure.
I think it's coming to us.
It seems sort of aggressive.
There's
but
movement nearby.
Maybe it's because it's red. I don't want to be
Let's
racist.
Keep your wits about you guys.
The aggressive colour. Yes.
Can't trust those damn reddies.
If you guys want to chuck yourself on this map,
Better dead than red.
Where are we in then?
You bet the bottom right, kind of. There you go. As you've approached this close, actually, Engel's, one of the words it's saying is Anfurth. That's the second word.
In what language?
It's not a language. It's a name, as far as you can tell. Well,
right.
It's responding because you're talking.
It might have its name might be rooted in something.
Sure.
That would require some checks.
Anthurth.
Something Anfurth. And as you approach it, it seems to be like it starts saying the name less frequently. It's like, and it seems to be like paying you all more attention. And you see actually around you some of the vines are forming out of the ground, forming these sort of spindly arms with weirdly human-esque hands on the ends of them.
That's horrifying.
Oh Jesus!
Hey, maybe stop talking for a minute.
The hands sort of like they kind of pull up for a second and sort of writhe. The fingers of them kind of they don't have bones, but they look like they're trying to move like they are fingers, as it were. They're a little too floppy, but they are moving as if they have joints, but like they're bending as opposed to like are jointed.
I think it.
I look behind us. Do I say anything?
You see nothing behind you. At this distance, you're not actually super far in, so you can probably actually still see the light of like outside. While you're in here as well, like the cover of the trees above is very dense. Like, it's much denser than it was in the previous forest.
Yes, it may be time to drink that potion.
Okay, I'll take your advice. I down the potion immediately.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. What's that other old golem language?
Or what do I roll?
D6.
Oh, it's a D6, isn't it? Yeah.
I got a 5.
Chug.
Okay. Alright, as soon as you drink it, you feel yourself lift from the air, which is nothing new for you.
Yeah.
But there's no wind. As you can now fly 10 feet for 10 minutes.
Oh.
Excellent. Awesome. As you drink the potion, as you slam it, well, say we for now, and then I'll
Slam
down.
I float a bit down, and then I would try primordial.
Before you have a chance to try primordial, as you drink potion, the thing is facing you, and it says, and its voice is, it's coming from it, but like it doesn't. It's kind of like it's being its voice is being thrown, kind of, as opposed to coming out of the lungs. Yeah. And it says, "Anit and Firth, again we meet." And the vine hands twist suddenly violently towards Yaz.
Oh shit! Fly away!
It's gonna be initiative. I'm afraid.
Nice.
Okay.
This is
Everything fucking hates Elvish, dude.
Hates Elvish, dude.
Elves are the bad guys. That's why Albert Wesker's an elf.
Yes. You could bounce out with one really good guy.
Yeah, we should not bother even reading it in Elvish, just Draconic.
Everyone
gets
hates
a reaction, but
so when you'll hate me.
Speaks it.
It seems like this place is really, it's dangerous, but they're logical in their hatred.
Oh wow. Well, terribly, so it's fine.
So you can't.
Still better than me.
Calidus didn't say that. That's just me saying that about elves, because fuck elves.
Exactly.
Elves are great.
Okay, Wynn, it's your turn. There's these nasty tree arms near you.
Well, oh yeah, you're right. Well, fuck these. I'm going straight for him.
Oh shit.
Is there any? If I just dash there, are the plants gonna hurt me?
I don't know. What do you mean?
I think you mean
do I have to go slowly?
Dash, actually.
Oh right. Oh, pardon
Or
me. Yes.
if I just
Basically,
keep moving really quickly.
You have half. If you move over half your movement speed, you will take D6 damage for every D4 damage for every square over you go.
Okay, hold on. I need to make
probably
sure
reach it though, right?
because I've got a lot of movement.
I know your movement's huge, but he is 25 feet up.
Oh wait, what?
Up.
Oh.
He's on the rock.
He's on
Oh, I see. Well.
This is very much like initiative order on a battle map, but it will be definitely sensing hostile intent again.
Well, you can probably use Step of the Wind or something.
It is annoying because it's going to go last, so you guys are going to hit first if it is. It is moving to attack.
It's going before me.
Okay.
So I got 45 feet, so I can get 20 to here. So without taking anything, and then can I use the other 25 to get up to him?
Yeah, you can start climbing. Yeah, half speed for climbing as well, obviously.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can't climb full speed.
That's
what athletes for.
Don't you have
Right.
Soul of the
Also,
Wind?
climb speed as well.
All things with climb
I
speed.
don't know.
Yeah, Soul of the Wind, I think, is a higher level thing, right? You don't have it. Or do you?
Oh no, it is. I can dash as a bonus action and jump, and my jump distance is doubled for the turn.
You probably okay, yeah. So you probably could
Yeah,
get
you
up.
spend a key point.
With all that, yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Hey,
Alright, punch
we
the
really
thorns
opening
your
with a
fist.
punch.
Can I jump like behind him?
Yeah, that's fine. You get behind him, and again, like now that you're close to him, he's sort of a bit shorter than you, and it has, you know, it's not really got human like structure in its vines, but it's like trying to take on a humanoid shape. Even like it's trying to like mimic like shoulder muscle shape, if not actual form. If you catch my drift.
Okay, yeah. Freaky. Well, he needs to die, I guess.
You hit. That does a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
You hit it, and it kind of buckles under your strike immediately.
Oh.
This thing is not actually very tough.
Oh.
It's not dead, but it's like hurt.
Oh, sorry, I can't do the bonus action thing.
Oh yeah, because you've already did a thing.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's still good. You as you striking it with your quarterstaff, like you splitting a lot of the vines, just like splatting out this like red sticky sap stuff. And it's yeah, it's pretty gross. Okay,
Tedious, that's it.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to mass it. Okay, that's how much health I have. Cool. Yes.
Yes. Yes, will float 10 foot in the air.
Nice.
And he'll look up to make sure he's now not flying near any
Yeah.
canopy right there to fucking rip his head off.
Yeah.
And then I'll airstream the closest grasping hand thing.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, you hit.
Maybe tell it we're not okay.
So they already were attacking, dude.
Yeah, like
that's why we rolled initiative.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I am never gonna make you roll. Well, you should have attacked it on your turn. The one that is as you slash out as this one's attacking you, like you can see that it was about to chuck, like slap at you basically, and a bunch of needles fly out as you cut it in half, and it withers instantly and like sinks into the ground and disappears. Probably dead.
If it matters, it's pushed 10 feet.
It's knocked back again. Like the needles go flying.
Okay.
You kind of just destroy it, or rather, as soon as it's like gone, it kind of just melds into the ground. And the rest of it is, that's where it is.
Okay.
Indistinguishable. Okay, cool. Bane.
Balin's size levels his crossbow at the arm that's to our left and fires.
Okay, that's fine.
That's normal.
Oh, let me just check actually. It's writhing around, and as you fire, get a beat on it, just misses it. Off sticks into the vine's back, and a split of the sap shoots out of the ground. Eugh.
I can't really perceive how it's detecting us, so I can't really try and hide.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I will stay nestled amongst the group.
Yeah, sure. Okay, and Keldis, it is your turn. Sam!
You might be muted.
Oh no, is he? Sam! He is.
Hello!
Let me guess, you've been talking for a while?
Did you want to use your divine sense?
Maybe.
Oh my god. If you want to use it,
It's happened again!
That's happened twice, hasn't it? Yeah.
I'm trying to
Do
be
you
polite.
want
You
to
know,
forget, or
I'll let you have done that retroactively. I have no problem.
Sure. I do a divine sense. I'll put it in the. There you go. I casted it.
Sure. Okay.
Is that like a visible spell even?
It's not a spell. It's
No, it's just his sense. Yeah.
it's just his.
It's a big old inhale.
celestial fiend or undead. Ooh.
You know the type of celestial fiend beings.
Or the desecrated or consecrated ground.
Is there anything new apart from the things I normally notice?
I'm just trying to figure out from the word.
Okay.
So the thing is, it's all I'm gonna tell you something that's technically like in the purview of the spell directly, but I think it's relevant and it's sort of
Sure.
It's not a
I
thing
do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I do that all the time for Divine Sense because I think Divine Sense is way too limiting with what it's actually trying to describe.
Yeah, what it's trying to convey. Yeah.
What it's trying to convey is that a paladin can sense evil and good.
Exactly.
It's kind of like what it is. Yeah.
So this immediately, it's not undead or a fiend or anything like that, but you get a sense definitely this thing in the middle here is
this boy.
Like, it's kind of like a because it's a sense. So maybe I'll describe it in terms. Maybe that'll make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
sense
Sure.
of it. It's like a shadow of something very, very evil.
Okay.
It's not actually itself an undead, powerful creature.
It's like a vessel of something.
But the very existence of a creature is causing this. This is tied to the fate of some other more powerful, very evil thing. Okay. But yeah, you can actually do your turn, because you would have done that as I was beginning. I'm fine with that.
Thank you. Sorry for...
No, it's alright.
Again, failing to unmute my mic. I'm very...
If we're ignoring you, check, because we're not gonna, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, team...
Usually we go up to people and be like, oh yeah, you
have
to say anything.
In my defense this time, I'm a little bit drunk, though.
I was going to say, mutation sometimes... Muting. I was like, sometimes things mutate. Anyway.
Sure.
That's fine. It's your turn to kill things.
Transmutate.
Again, yeah.
Well, I can move 15 feet to block this off, which I will do.
Jump between the big old spiky bits over to this thing.
I will try and poke in to, I don't know, try and do something. Ooh.
Well, you hit it. I mean, I guess roll damage.
Just a little something.
You do kill it. These things are flimsy, and you get up close and you see the hand grasping out at you as you
cut it off.
It kind of looks like it's even forming like clawed fingers on the end of these like vines, but it's definitely just like imitating a shape as opposed to being like naturally meant to be like that. And it dies. Yeah.
If they're more, don't forget you can also use a bonus to get reach, so you don't have to walk.
Yeah, well, he didn't have to. He was able to move that.
Yeah, I'm just saying for other things.
Anyway,
are these like visually distinct from the rest of the vines, or are they really like anything?
Only because they were moving, really,
and
like sticking out of the ground.
So it could be like any of these vines, could be these arms.
More or less.
Is there anything else? Any other enemies that I can see?
Not without making some sort of perception check. What's your passive?
13. Maybe, let's see.
Okay.
13, yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, well, you can see that this dude over here has his arms like his arms are connecting into the vines and you can kind of follow with your eyes like wherever his arms are, like the little strands of vines are kind of basically something could spring. He could spring stuff up.
Yeah.
From that is
okay.
Kind of.
Well, I mean,
you're not sure if there's a range to it, maybe, but definitely
15 feet anyway.
Definitely 30 feet more or less. Sure.
Is 1d4 past
per square? Yeah.
Per square past 15
of piercing damage.
I can take that. Yeah, I'll take I'll take 2d4.
Roll 2d4, please. I guess I could do it if you want. No, you don't.
Oof.
That's the only way to get 4 on a d4, is roll 2 of them.
Yeah. I don't see anything else, do I, from here?
I'm gonna make it a thing. No, you do not.
Okay, sure. I will, I'm gonna throw a hand axe at the creature.
Throw it!
Yeah, I'll toss it.
Toss me.
Actually, I'm going to use a Fighting Spirit bonus action.
Nice.
Oh man.
To give myself 5 extra temporary hit points to give myself.
Well, I should have done that before.
I don't want to waste the temporary hit points, do I? Sorry, 20.
Sure.
Oh, with advantage. Nice, good. Yes, you do hit. You chuck an axe out, and it sticks in the chest of this thing above the hole, and it sticks in deep. Again, this thing kind of reels back. It's kind of holding on by a thread at this point, to be quite frank. Miss Fernbrand, it's your turn.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
Check the numbers.
I can't see the numbers for some reason.
Oh, it's ahead of it. Yeah, Miss Fernbrand has 2 and it has 3.
I can't see it.
The monster.
Okay, cool.
So
For
do
some reason
something
it's
before
cutting
that.
off the number on my turn order, and it's being weird. Anyway, cool. Okay, this thing sticks its hands deep into the ground, and 2 pop out of the ground. One here. Yeah. And another one over here. And one of them is going to make a ranged attack at Yazradar. That doesn't hit. Nice.
Chings off my chainmail.
And this other one has grown up next to... Has grown up. It's your best friend since childhood next to Orion, and it's going to claw at him.
Just graduated.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I guess you're right. Meanwhile, this thing is the one that when you've stuck you've crossed your quarterstaff through it, and the vines are split in half and breaking off. And as you're sort of following through with the blow, some vines from its back sort of leap out at you and are going to try and constrict you. I don't think it hits though. As you pull back it's trying to sort of pull you into it.
No.
And that's it.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, I just realised.
Yeah.
I'm on the ground, right?
You're
Because
flying.
of... No, I'm not. Because of my heavy armour reduces my movement speed by 10 feet. And I gained a fly speed of 10 feet. Which means I gain 0.
I think you're hovering above the ground, maybe.
Just barely, like an inch.
I honestly, I mean, I don't know. I'd say, doesn't it like kind of erases
It just
all
gives
of
me
that?
move speed.
I think you just have 10 move speed now, but I mean, you can only still move 10 in the air each round.
Yeah, it's no,
Instead of 20 on the ground.
I think strictly as it's written, I don't have any move speed.
As it's written, it definitely isn't. Like
But
as it's
it
written,
makes
you don't have any
sense.
movement, but you are not. It's not your strength.
It's
that
not
is-
my strength covering me.
Yeah, so I would say you could have the 10.
Yeah,
Because-
maybe 5. I can float 5.
Yeah,
Why are you
definitely
keep
5.
restricting
Maybe.
yourself? We just said 10.
Well, it's because I need to have a penalty for wearing the armor that I'm
Also,
not strong
you know,
enough to wear.
You happen to have through a magical means.
And I'm making decisions
Okay.
based on, discussion. I'm not going to be a tyrant here and say the first thing I say is what I'm going to stand by
I
forever.
thought you loved being
Anyway.
tyrants here.
Well, he's the
hate
tyrant that they keep talking about.
it. T. Matthews despises being a tyrant. Anyway,
Treacherous
That's what
tyrant.
the T Matthews stands for.
That's what the T. The
Treacherous.
T, the T Matthews stands for tyrant. Yeah, I got the T virus.
Oh god.
That's what I'm going to refer to
Fernbrand
as
thinks to
subscribers
ourselves,
as.
alright, this thing controls the other things. If we take it down, that's probably a good thing. So, I shall eradicate it.
Fire.
Actually, let me check what I have in here. Because I've got a spell. Nah, that would be fucking useless. I don't think poison will really work well against these things. I'll just use fire, the most
They're pretty
reasonable
wet,
thing. Fire
they,
at the big
yeah.
guy. Oh, does 12 hit? Probably not.
It does hit it.
Oh my gosh.
Hooray!
Get burned. 5 fire damage.
Fire. Again, it doesn't look like it takes like extra damage.
Right.
Juicy it is, but it takes some good damage,
Totally
and
right.
we're at the top. We're at the top of the turn order, and when you hear a voice behind you, in the distance, a female voice say, "Oh dear, hunger! Let them be."
Oh jeez.
Alright.
And behind you, you see a figure standing next to the tree. I will put them on the map. There is a tall, green-skinned, pointy-eared lady standing next to a tree behind you.
Where is she?
At the top. At the top. I mean,
there.
And when she speaks, the vine creature in front of you, it can't grab its head because it doesn't really have hands, but it like recoils and backs down, and it well, it's still initiative, so you could hit it if you want, but it is no longer attacking in the same way.
Well, I'm gonna say, who are you?
My name is Hild. I'm very sorry about all this. Please, please. Put down, lower your weapons, everyone, please.
No.
Can I?
Can we all hear this?
Lower
you guys can all hear this. It's in common.
I'm fine with it.
It's a common tongue.
Can I roll insight?
Sure, go nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what are you trying to figure out?
Just sort of.
They don't appear to be saying yes, I'll stab you.
Yeah, in terms of.
They are genuinely like. I don't want. This isn't a fight that I want to be going on. The thing that it has told the thing attacking you to stop attacking you, and it appears to have stopped attacking you.
Alright. Okay. Well, I lower my weapon.
Yeah, I'll lower my weapon. If I'm allowed to, at a turn order.
Yeah, that's fine. Again, I unless you guys want to keep beating on this thing or start attacking.
Nah, I'm not going to attack anything. I'm not.
Cool. Okay.
I'm still going to hold it.
No, yeah. It didn't say drop it, and that's not what she said. That's what me saying that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna, in fact, get rid of all this scary music and everything.
I guess we shuffle forward, kind of, to be with Win.
This thing slinks down. It backs off into this tree against this rock, and it sort of merges into the tree and disappears into it. And you can see a kind of lump where it basically is in there, as it were, but it doesn't resemble the figure that it was before at all anymore.
Yeah,
and also the hands disappear too.
As we're sort of walking up to join Win, Balin would definitely nudge Enceladus. So, you got a bad feeling about this?
That's a good question.
That's a fair point. How long does it's one turn, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm happy to do it again.
That's fine.
Yeah, you have to I think it's based on modifier. So
I have
plus charisma.
I have 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do another divine sense now just to see if. Well, I mean, I'm not imagining it'd be the same thing, but we'll see. Yeah.
When using your divine sense, this person does not appear to be a fiend, celestial, or an undead.
Okay.
What are you?
They definitely are a little odd, but they're not.
What are hags?
Do I not get the same energy of the thing that created the thing?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh, okay.
Good
Interesting.
Completely different.
Good enough for me.
I don't have as a bad feeling as I did before. Is what I would say to Baden.
That's good.
I'm terribly sorry about my guard. They're quite indiscriminate, but it does keep the riffraff out. Come, join me. This is an unsavory space to speak. Come, let's speak at my home. It's just a short walk up this hill. Be careful where you step.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Did you hear our friend's speech a moment ago?
Honestly, I'm a bit surprised that we're not being attacked or can communicate with you, because so far everything we've met has been kind of, well...
antagonistic.
Yeah.
It is a strange old place, isn't it? Yes. A long way you've come, I assume, it seems at least, from your garb.
How old are you? I'm just going to say bluntly.
You can't ask a lady.
What a question to ask a lady. Indeed,
you can't say that, Win.
Young.
It's pertinent to our race.
I suppose.
You may have been able to ask in a more tactful way. Like, do you remember the age before the refugees?
Well, perhaps.
But
that's my character.
we shall. Let's speak at my house. She walks ahead of you, but she's not walking very quick.
I call it the Fortress of Flesh.
Yeah, it's a fortress of flesh.
I'm usually not on the decorum.
A short
Flayed skins on the wall.
Assuming you guys keep a reasonable distance, you see through you're breaking the trees. There's a gap, a clearing essentially in this wood, and you actually see green grass, and you see the sky. And
as we're following, we can't tell what she is. We don't recognize that.
I was going to ask, how does she move?
Tall human. She's probably about like 7 feet tall. All in all, she's kind of like standing up quite straight as well. You're not getting very close to her, so it's hard to say.
Is she like the things we saw on the forest edge near the quarry?
Wonder if these are the Slenderman.
She is. You mean the
thin man?
She's not a thin man. No.
No.
She could be a thin man. She could be
tall, long hair.
She's tall, long haired.
Well, no. Was it Orion saw something on the forest edge?
I came to contact with the thin man.
Orion saw a hobgoblin.
It was a hobgoblin.
But no, I was attacked by
green hag.
The thin man.
Tombstone, you don't like
that. Was a Tombstone. Tombstone. Fuck you. All right.
Just mute yourself next.
We all fucking know, all right. But we're playing a game.
Anyway,
I actually don't know, and I'm glad I just missed what he said.
That's all right. Anyways, you guys see ahead of you a clearing with a little building in the middle of it.
Tombstone, the trick is trying to get your character to find that out.
I am. I think it's an elf.
You see a house. It's very tall.
Oh.
It's about 50 feet tall. Like that door. No, not 50 feet. It's about 40. The door 50. And it has a thatch roof in the middle of this clearing, and you can actually see the stone top hill from this hill up in the distance. And you actually see that the steam is coming off the heat of these trees coming off around this. So this is a little nice calm area. If you had tried to fly above the trees, you would have been choked by that a little bit, but not too bad. Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
What does it smell like?
What does it smell like? What do you mean, inside the wood or here?
Just in general.
In general, the wood smelled kind of... It's kind of sweet in a sort of sickly way. And this is like it's a breath of fresh air in this clearing. I'll put you back on the map.
I just wanted to know if it was like a Hansel and Gretel kind of situation.
It's not. It does not appear to be made out of cake, if that is the question.
Oh, a shame.
It's painted white, so maybe it's got icing on it.
But yeah, my question about how does she move? Does she seem to like use the stick, or does she kind of like glide?
She's holding the stick, and whenever she sort of takes very long steps between the vines, and she sort of hops off a foot and sort of kind of almost glides from each step to step.
But just around part way for her.
So are we in this area?
Not especially. The basically the top of this hill, this map is where this house is. Again, the drawing of the hill is not accurate because it was done from a long way away. When you get a new map, it will be more accurate. And she says, "Come, yes, we'll speak in here. And of course, it seems you have many questions. Information, of course,
comes at a price.
Oh.
Okay.
Negotiable, of course.
Well, I mean, first off, I think you can tell us your name. My name is...
She said, Hild is what she said.
Hild? Oh. Fuck.
Hild.
I'm sorry. My ears are hurting and I'm tired, so I can't...
I mumbled it. But we'll probably stop shortly. We'll probably stop before you guys, if you guys go into that because there'll be a lot of talking.
Did she hear the speech from earlier, or is this a chance for Yaz to repeat? Or
I also don't mean to be intrusive, Hild, but just in case, there are about 400 people that know where we are right now.
She sort of she sort of fakes like shock. Whatever could you mean? No, you have nothing to fear from me.
What do you want?
I think we're getting later.
Yeah, well, no.
It's not about what I want. What is it that you want?
What's the price?
The pricing there probably depends on what we want.
Let's just have a normal conversation first, guys.
Negotiations. Well, quite, yes. Well, yes.
This beats Covenant. I'll say that much.
Because we've been taken very, very deep into this place that it's very easy to disappear here.
You guys probably didn't walk miles into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously running out at full sprint would be dangerous because you'd get cut up a lot.
Yeah,
Who knows what else
yeah.
might happen? Yeah, getting out might be harder than getting in. No, I get you. Don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Nothing bad's ever happening here.
Yeah, so she'd go up to the door and she sort of leans down to open it. The handle's a bit low for her to be quite weird. And it's a tall wooden door. The door is made out of a red wood, presumably whatever's
Same.
around here.
Yeah.
And she pulls it open and it goes, and it creaks open. You can't really see inside. She steps in and sort of sounds and beckons you all to come in. And I think we'll probably have to leave it there because there'll be a lot of talking that could take.
There are so many questions.
Just with looking around.
Sure,
Are any of the scarecrows here? So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good question. You actually see there's a little garden to the side of like flowers, and you see some of the stuff that you were looking for yourself. And you actually do see, for a second you think there's like a washing line almost, but then you do actually realize is the scarecrow that you saw. Did I show everyone else? I don't think I did.
Well, you can just do a
I
refresh.
You
saw it on your
Great.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I'll get him out. You do see the scarecrow it's on a single peg.
Saw it on your Twitter and your Tumblr.
Oh, I did. I posted, didn't I? But yeah, there. It's
We have
standing
seen
next to the garden, essentially.
Okay, that's good to know.
Has it got a watering can?
It's got a pair of scissors. Is what it's got. It doesn't appear. It doesn't appear to be moving. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about him.
Oh, I'm not. This is not the first time.
That's just the help.
The hell.
She doesn't react to this isn't the first time
Never
we've met.
trust anyone
Well,
that
we'll
calls
do that next time.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we've got a week
the help.
to clear our heads
think
and
of some
think of questions.
Yeah.
So it won't take 2 hours of going back and forth.
Back and forth arguing.
Yeah.
Probably
oh, yeah,
snatched down the
also,
stone as we're going inside.
You guys all get 250 XP.
Oh, how specific.
Well done.
Hooray for that.
Gratulation.
380.
Is that correct? That's probably about right.
Probably right. Yeah.
Everyone's got slight discrepancy.
I think at this point, pretty similar.
2370.
Yeah, I think we're literally like tens of XP away from each other.
I got 370.
You got to hunt more crabs in downtime.